What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh man, everything works good. Oh, gotta put this back into frame. But I uh, I tried to look at what was going on yesterday with the whole the camera debacle, and I cannot get it to repeat. So whatever it was, it's not doing it now. So we're just gonna go ahead and take that as a win, as a win. I hope everybody out there is doing well today. Midnight Monarchy was ready. He was ready in the countdown. Man Eater coming in. Dr. Midnight here early. What's going on, Dr. Midnight? It's good to see. It's good to see all the faces out here. Um, what do we got going on today? We got some crazy news. We definitely got to go ahead and get some brain rotting at the end. Maybe some pop the balloon, or we're definitely gonna watch the Guess the Cop from whatever they call Beta Squad or something like that. And so appropriate. Um, you know, Man Eater, I'm on a cult deep dive. So apparently, in my local area around where we live, there is a dance troupe, a Chinese. They're either a Chinese dance group or a Chinese themed dance group. I think they're actually based out of China, and they're here. If I remember correctly, they're here because they got pushed out of China. Like they escaped China because they were a cult. All right. And so they claim religious persecution or whatever. And they do like dance stuff. So you might go to this thing and thinking you're just seeing some sort of like fancy stuff. Fulong Gong. Is that what it is, Man Eater? I think that sounds familiar, but that just could just be me not like knowing shit about shit. Fulong Gong? Maybe. Let me see. You know who knows? Google knows. Yep, that's it. Chinese cult dance group. Dox myself. No. So this one is called Shen Yun. Look up Shen Yun. ShenYun. And yep, just like I thought, Shen Yun's performance has been described as promoting sectarian doctrines and negative views on evolution and atheism. The group is promoted by the Epoch Times, a far-right media outlet affiliated with Falun Gong. Same people. So Falun Gong and the dance group is Shen Yun, huh? Damn. Sick Fang is like, you're late. I've been known about him. Left Face Man Eater, one of the directors at our Australia office, watched your Christians versus Atheists video on a flight to Montreal and said you and Man Eater are the spirit animals. They all loved your points. Oh, really? Wow, that's dope. That's real dope. Australia office. You're not in Australia though, are you? Because we have a really, really good friend. One of my besties is from Australia. Respawn. So that's pretty cool. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Let's see what we got going on. So today, well, if you follow the news, you know that today is not exactly a day of good news. Kind of shitty. So we will do, like I said, we'll do a little bit of brain on at the end though. Probably the worst news of today is gonna come by way of the Arizona Supreme Court. Remember what they said?
F-35s.
Lo Tigre.
Fighter jets.
What is good? With a resub? That's what's up. They've been subscribed for 19 months. I didn't even know I had this channel for 19 months. 19 months seems too long. Like there's like a glitch in the matrix. 19 months means uh 19 months means that in 5 months this channel will have been going on for 2 years. Dr. Midnight with a 3-stream streak. That's what's up. That's what's up. I love it. You do deserve a badge. That's what that little yellow thing is. I don't think it goes above that yellow. Maybe, you know what? You know what I need to do? I need to make a new rose for 24 months. And it's literally the only person who's gonna have it is Cypher. Is Cypher. Oh man. Maneater, Blurred, Cypher. Who else was there at the beginning? Like the beginning of it all. Somebody will have some, but we do have streaks. You know what I mean? We have streaks too, though. So we got longest streaks. There's different. We gotta get different badges out there. You're right. Let's see. Let's snooze that ad break. We got 3 of those bad boys. We're using the first one. So Arizona Supreme Court said that abortions are illegal. And which is funny because I remember when Roe v. Wade was overturned, all the Republicans and all the centrists and all the libs, well, not all the libs, right? Okay, we'll give them that one, right? The libs are being garbage water on Gaza, but it's a pretty low bar to not have to clear. The centrists, the moderates, everybody was saying you're over exaggerating. They're just giving it back to the states. Nobody's gonna outlaw abortion. And Arizona has pretty much outlawed abortion. And the Arizona Supreme Court is where it went to. And the Supreme Court says the law, that was the law. Put that like that. It is what it is. And now it's illegal. And literally the only thing you can have an abortion, the only reason you could have an abortion for is to save the life of the mother, and that's it. Literally, that's it. Nothing else. Life of the mother. But we'll go into that a little bit later. Trump is facing some backlash as he prepares to start courting the moderates. Everybody wants to court the middle, right? Everybody wants to court the middle. So he's gonna say, the MAGA people, they want a federal ban. Everybody's talking about a federal ban. Trump did not give them what they wanted. Pope Francis, this one coming in from Dr. Midnight. Pope Francis is did a little bit of a little backstab maneuver. Maybe not such a bad guy. Rogue is my yeah. I'm all proud of it too. Sometimes I come in here, I'm like, I'm a vacuum today. I couldn't do that before. I had all kinds of shit piled up behind me. Let's see. Pope Francis, my favorite class in video games is Rogue. I love the backstab. I like heavy burst damage. You know what I'm saying? And the Pope did it. He did a quick maneuver, threw a backstab. Unfortunately, the backstab was to the trans community. And so he is a Dex type, but there's friendly fire in this one. And it's either friendly fire. I don't know how we should call it. Should we call it friendly fire? Like he called in a 500k bomb, or I think he's the villain all along. You know what I'm saying? So he's a boss type. You know what I'm saying? He's a Dex type, but he's a boss, and not in a good way. Yeah, and I think I know there was some other stuff that came on with episode 5 of Quiet on Set, but I'll be honest with you, I did not watch Quiet on Set, so I don't really have much to say. That he's a faith build, right? Oh, I guess all you can do is laugh, right? It was fucking bullshit ass news like this. You know what my thing is? I'm sorry. I shouldn't be looking on my phone. I this notification came up. I'm like, what the fuck? You know my favorite thing is about Twitter. My favorite thing about Twitter is if somebody says something and they don't tweet back immediately, then you just got owned. See, they scared to reply. I'm like, or I don't live on Twitter. You know, like, I'm like, I'll stop this whole stream to get into a Twitter argument with you right now. Say I won't. Let's see here. This where the hell? I just had this thing up. You know what? We haven't done in a hot minute. We have not done our due diligence. Let's scan through Democracy Now. Man, I could have sworn I had it up. Guess not. Democracy Now. Lurk. All right, bet. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Yo, it is time. It's time for Amy Goodman. And just in case, you guys have stopped hearing it, I'm going to make sure that you all keep hearing it. They have yet to put a noise gate. So every time she clears the spit from her mouth, y'all are going to hear it. Don't let it distract you from the news out there, though. Check it out. Let's get it in.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman. Palestinian media say airstrikes hit 2 homes in Gaza City's Zaytun neighborhood earlier today, killing and injuring dozens of people. Other attacks were reported in other Gaza City neighborhoods, including Shujaiya and Sabra. This comes as negotiations in Egypt continue. Hamas says the latest ceasefire proposal does not meet its demands, but that it's continuing to review the plan, which includes a 6-week pause in fighting and the exchange of 40 Israeli hostages for at least 700 Palestinians imprisoned by Israel. While Hamas is demanding Israel end its assault on Gaza, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warned on Monday that Israel has set a date to invade Rafah.
Today I received a report on the talks in Cairo. We are constantly working to achieve our goals. First and foremost, the release of all of our hostages and achieving a complete victory over Hamas. The victory requires entry into Rafah and the elimination of the terrorist battalions there.
Bone Factory said it best, unrelated to what's happening on the screen right now. Jesus says, love one another. Christians like, nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Chess Baiter 1. Thanks for the follow.
Will happen. There is a date.
Displaced Palestinians have been returning to Khan Yunis after Israel withdrew from the decimated southern city. One woman, Ayed al-Najjar, said normally she would be preparing for...
That's what's up. Sometimes like when I go back in editing, I see like my sometimes I have it low because I feel like it's going to come through clear because then I start clipping. But I gotta figure out, man, some of these people's setups are nice. They sit there and start yelling and shit, and they say it sounds perfect all through the yell. There's no muting going on, so maybe one day I'll have the funds to like hire a sound engineer and I'm like, just come set my shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of having to Google it 17 different videos through it. All right, back to the news. Sorry.
Or Eid celebrations at this time of year as she took in the ruins of her home.
Our house was good and had everything. I lacked.
Chess Baiter, I'm gonna pin your comment, and after we're done going through the headlines, I'm gonna answer that.
Nothing. I lived happily with my husband, and our daughter's children used to live with us too. There's no Eid for me. I have no desire to celebrate or do anything. I'll just sit in front of my house like this. We won't go anywhere, and many of our family members were martyred. They're still uncovering the bodies. Praise God. Who wants to celebrate? Every house has wounded or martyrs.
The UN Security Council will make a formal decision on Palestine's bid for full UN membership this month. Palestine initially submitted its application for UN admission in 2011. This is the Palestinian UN ambassador, Riyad Mansour, speaking Monday.
A full member of the UN. Okay. Can we just say right now, there is no way in hell, no way that the US is going to allow that. That's an instant veto every time. If for some reason they allowed it, maybe this is like how do we still keep funding Israel and make, it's a good thing or whatever. I can still win this. I let them get into the UN. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
It was a historic moment then, and now that historic moment.
So ads will start in about 1 minute. If you don't sub, I'll be here afterwards. But you could always do the thing, or if you have an Amazon Prime account, or, and I'm pretty sure I'm not allowed to say this, but don't tell anybody I told you. But I am live on YouTube, so if you want to go over there, you can. Just saying. It's literally like in the rules that you can dual stream now, but you're not allowed to say stuff like that. No, just kidding. Don't go to YouTube. Stay here.
Has been revived again, and we sincerely hope after 12 years since we changed our
Thank you so much, Midnight Monarchy, for gifting that sub to Chessbaiter, saving him from the hell that is ads. Them. Sorry, I have no idea. There's not even a hint in Chessbaiter.
An observer state that the Security Council will elevate itself to implementing the global consensus on the two-state solution by admitting the State of Palestine for full membership.
But the U.S., one of 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, is expected to use its veto power.
Of course.
U.S. representatives say Palestine needs to negotiate statehood with Israel before it's granted statehood at the UN. Meanwhile, in The Hague, the International Court of Justice is holding its second day of hearings into Nicaragua's case against Germany. Germany's denied Nicaragua's charge that it violated the Genocide Convention by providing military and financial aid to Israel. Here in the U.S., Massachusetts...
See, that shit right there is wild to me. I'm not really sure what's going on there. So Nicaragua will bring Germany to... will bring Germany to the ICC and say, hey, they're violating these rules by sending weapons to Israel. Why wouldn't you say that? Why wouldn't that charge be against the United States, like the supplier? Like, why go after Germany? I think that there has to be some sort of there has to be some strategy. There has to be some thought behind it. I'm not really sure what's going on there.
Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren says she believes Israel's assault on Gaza meets the legal definition of genocide. Warren made the remark as she visited a mosque and was asked by constituents if she believed Israel is committing genocide. Warren said, quote, "If you want to do it as an application of law, I believe that they'll find that it is genocide, and they have ample evidence to do so," she said. Ireland's...
I like Warren. I'm okay with her, right? I mean, yeah, like you're not gonna find any libs in there. Chessbaiter says, that the U.S. has no true left, and of course that's true, especially if you're talking about in our government, right? That's obviously true. I'm not even a true left, according to some, if you ask some people, but listen to what she said here. If you want to do it as an application of law, I believe they'll find that it is genocide, and they have ample evidence to do so. So it still, to me, sounds a little bit... it sounds cowardly to put it that way, because it's still doing that like, oh, well, yeah, if they take it to court, they'll definitely get a guilty conviction. I think that they have the evidence they need to get get what they think is happening. You know what I mean? It's like, do you think it's a genocide? Not what do you think would happen in court, you know? So I don't know.
And they have ample evidence to do so, she said. Ireland's incoming Prime Minister, Simon Harris, has called for an immediate ceasefire, saying in a speech Sunday the famine in Gaza is a, quote, specter no Irish person can bear, referencing Ireland's historical famines, including of Palestinians. Special counsel Jack Smith is urging the Supreme Court to dismiss Donald Trump's bid for immunity in his federal election interference case, arguing presidents are subject to criminal law. Supreme Court justices are scheduled to hear arguments in the case April 25th. In other Trump news, the GOP frontrunner said Monday...
No, I feel you. I feel you 100%, Dr. Midnight. I am, you know... I wouldn't call myself an incrementalist, but I do understand that you got to do something while you're fighting, while you're, you know, like hopefully out there involved in your local government, while you're voting for your local sheriffs and your school boards and getting out there. You gotta have to do what you need to do in the big game, right? In the big picture. And if that means getting Elizabeth Warren in so that a Republican doesn't come in, and then, you know, what the fuck what are you gonna do? You know, Ches Bader. I mean, Bernie Sanders is considered a leftist by my European standards. He isn't even left. He isn't even slightly left. So, is a social democrat even slightly left by your European standards? Sincerely asking. I don't know if that came off as like, well, like answer that, tough guy. No, I'm wondering. Because I would call a social democrat on the left. How is he a social democrat? Well, that's typically the what's the word? The critique that he gets from American leftists, that he's a social democrat, and social democrat's not actually a leftist because they still, you know, use capitalism to get to the end game and yada yada yada, right? And so when I look at Bernie Sanders, and not just his rhetoric but the things he votes for, he at the very least is a social democrat, right? You know, and if you look at policies and things like that, I think a lot of times what people, what is, okay, maybe this is why people call me a lib. I messed up yesterday. I had to change up cameras because my camera messed up. Now I got to put everything back. When we look at the policies that he holds, and we look at like what a social democrat, not a democratic socialist, mind you, not a democratic socialist. I mean a social democrat, right? Which I would say, you know, if you're still gonna espouse capitalism, then you're not a leftist. You know, good, bad, or indifferent. It's just I'm just a fan of definitions of words. And so if he is identifying capitalism as a problem, if he is identifying, you know, trying to increase decrease the wage gap and enact policies that do that, I don't know. I guess I would say that if somebody had evidence that he was not at least a social democrat, I would entertain, like I would want to hear that. Like, oh, help me read that. If we're talking about how he's been mediocre at best and dog shit at worst with his messaging regarding Israel, Gaza, yeah, I mean, yeah, I have no argument against that at all. Remember, Warren was a Republican turned Democrat. Yeah, so exactly, which is where it's like, what are you gonna do? That's a lot of, and that's why I think a lot of my fellow leftists, which I'm gonna call them my fellow leftists, not to say that I couldn't be more left. You know what I mean? I'm not a libertarian anarchist, right? I mean, I don't, you know, it's. But to say that if if somebody can't meet all of my my standards, if somebody can't get to the position of socialism, then I must pick the most fascist of the group. I'm like, I gotta throw my head in for the least fascist. I don't know. No social policies, no advocacy for workers' rights, no multiculturalism, no anti-war policies. Those are certainly claims. No advocacy for the workers' rights. I mean, let me be careful what I'm going to say. I find that hard to believe. That's what I want to say. I'm reading. I'm tracking. I just don't. But I'm saying that I find that hard to believe. But I'm also saying that as somebody who's like, well, actually, if you watch, go look at Senate, the Senate bill, 1347, and he's the author of this and this and that, da 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 da. You know what I mean? But if I were to look into it and find out that Bernie Sanders has not at least signed on to pro worker rights bills and bills meant to increase social safety nets and decrease the wage gap, I'd be incredibly surprised. Very, 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 very surprised. And also a little disappointed. I wouldn't say I'm a Bernie bro, but still.
Abortion rights should be decided by states. Trump has refrained from endorsing a national abortion ban, but has taken credit for the Supreme Court's overturning of Roe v. Wade, which has led to a cascade of abortion bans in Republican-run states.
Welcome back, Dr. Midnight. And why wouldn't he take credit for that? Why wouldn't he take credit for that? It is exactly him. You know what I mean?
Including Florida, where a 6-week ban is set to go into effect May 1st. The trial for 27 people charged in connection with the Panama Papers scandal began Monday in Panama City, 8 years after the massive data leak. In 2016, an international team of journalists published millions of documents exposing how the Panama-based Mossack Fonseca law firm set up a global network of shell companies for some of the wealthiest people in the world, heads of state and other elites, to hide money offshore, avoiding taxes and oversight. The leak prompted the resignation of Iceland's prime minister and implicated other world leaders, including former British Prime Minister David Cameron and Russian President Vladimir Putin. Those currently on trial include the founders of the now-defunct Mossack Fonseca law firm. The Panama Papers represent just a fraction of the trillions of dollars hidden away, often illegally, in offshore tax havens.
The Green Party is pretty liberal, so I doubt it. Chess Baiter, I'm tracking. I feel you. There's a lot of people in the United States who feel the same way. I think there is if there wasn't infighting and gatekeeping in the left, are we really the left? I feel like it has to be that way. I joke, but I'm going to be honest with you. I've made this argument before, and some people, some moderates and such might call it cope. But I promise you, what I feel right now, this is sincere. I think the amount of infighting and gatekeeping that you see on the left, especially amongst those who call themselves leftists, is, some people want to write it off as people who like to feel special. You know what I mean? People who want to file. How you doing, kitten with the ribbon? Your name is familiar. I feel like you know somebody here in real life. I just want equal rights. Yeah, I feel you. The infighting that you see is due to the principled nature of people on the left, especially those who consider themselves leftists. There is this isn't a football game to us. This isn't a sport. This isn't a team to be on. This is something that you feel with your whole heart. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Another Midnight Monarchy gift. Thank you. Appreciate that. Midnight Monarchy out here being a whole boss. Welcome, and thanks for saving Kitten with the ribbon from ad hell. See, when I think about a conservative, especially in the United States, the meme is, saw off my leg to own the libs, or piss on myself to own the libs, and it's like these people don't give a fuck. It's not about principle. It's about winning. It's about, I'm gonna have, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put 72 flags on my truck, and I'm gonna make it go from 11 miles a gallon to 7 miles a gallon. And that's gonna fucking show them. It's people painting their house blue with "Make America Great Again" to piss off their liberal neighbors. It's, there's no principle in there, right? And so when you have somebody on the right and you sit there and you're like, "Yeah, I'm a conservative," because why? Because Trump and Jesus Christ, and then you're just like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, Jesus Christ, yeah, Trump, done." But leftists come in, and it's like, okay, like Kid with the Ribbon. I want rights. Yeah, we want rights. But that's a low bar. We need something better. What is really happening here? Identifying white supremacy. Okay, what is involved with white supremacy? What is involved with, with the class, classism? And so then when you have somebody like me, right? This is somebody like me who is a vet, who's been in the military, who calls himself a leftist and will say we shouldn't be there. We shouldn't have been there. And I'm not proud of my service or any of that bullshit. But when you sit there and you look at this stuff, and then I go, well, look, you just gotta look. I'm with you. Biden is a piece of shit, especially with the way that everything's going on with Israel. But I have to vote in a way to make sure that Trump doesn't get back into office. Well, that's not radical, right? What did the man, I forgot her name right now. It's brain farting. But the panel I was on, where she's like, well, that's a liberal. That's a liberal framework of you're thinking from a liberal framework, and it's like, okay. Katie, that's it. That Katie. And so I had to chew on that. Even after the stream, I was like, I see. But I still think that's definitionally, that might be a problem. Right? Maybe if that is the definition, like if the definition of leftist isn't just anti-capitalism, recognizing capitalism as the problem, recognizing white supremacy as the problem, and then doing what you think is best to undo that, right? In that case, I am a leftist. But if that is not a good enough definition, if like, no, you have to be ready and willing to partake in revolution once the time comes. And your principles have to be so principled that, yes, you will even if a worst party, even if a worst cabinet candidate gets into office, that's not your fault. You still need to not vote for them for the lesser evil if they're still a fascist or something. You know what I mean? And I hear that and I'm like, okay, well, that's not my definition of a leftist. But I could be convinced. And in that case, I guess I just wouldn't be a leftist, because it is within my worldview. It is within my moral framework to think to myself that the kind of world that we would be living in a revolution would just be as bloody and disgusting as the world we're living in now is in capitalism. Kitten with the ribbon. I don't like how the left does purity testing stuff. Like if you had one bad opinion, even if it was in the past, you don't and you don't think it anymore, they will still think you're a bad person. No, yeah, no, 100%. Here's what I'll say to that though. I will say that I think that pretty much everybody does that, and I give people a certain level of grace when it comes to that sort of stuff. Especially when it comes to the internet. That's why the channel in the Discord is Twitter's not real. It's kind of a play. It is real. It's full of real people, People don't like it, but it's a reflection of what people are like when they have anonymity, right? But here's the deal is I try to put it in like, what would I do? You know, how am I? If I don't know you from Adam, right? I don't know you at all. And everything about you says you're a good person. And you call yourself a socialist and you're active in the community. Remember, I don't know you. And then you say to me, I don't know you, right? The only problem I have is it seems like black people do commit a lot of crime. If we're talking about the internet, we're talking about somebody I have to decide kind of immediately, maybe for my own safety, who you are and who you're not. Maybe, and I don't just mean physical safety. Maybe like, you know, imagine we're doing a panel, or maybe I'm organizing a group of content creators, and you say some shit like that. I'm gonna be like, yeah, we're not going there. You know what I mean? You gotta go. You gotta go. Now, it's easy to look at that if you're that person, right? Hypothetically, if you were that person, to go, you could just tell me why I'm wrong. I'm active in the community. I support all these social safety nets. Because I got something wrong about, you know what I mean? You're just going to throw me out like that? I want to be like, look, man, you're not family. I sit there and I'll explain shit to death. You know what I mean? People I'm in close community with, people who have built rapport. I've built rapport with. So maybe them saying this is kind of off. Like, dang, this is not the kind of person that could reach them. If you're a random person on the internet and you say something weird and problematic, I have empathy for people who are like, fuck you, you out. You know, I don't think it does the movement any favors when you're like that. I definitely get the frustration of experiencing that. Like, you know, how many people think that they're great people, and because I was actually having this conversation the other day where and it was about a personal event that happened over the holidays, where I'm like, sometimes I think people say stupid shit and problematic shit, but they don't think it's problematic, right? They think they're good people and that they have gotten to this position through, you know, by means of having common sense or you know, whatever. And so if I get that sense that you're saying something really stupid, but I think you're otherwise a good person, or at least think you're a good person, or you think you're a good person, then I'm going to try to reach you. I'm going to try to explain. I'm going to try to, like, you know, I mean, it's just the way it's going to be. But if you're not, you're not, you know, but I don't know, maybe that's purity testing. Maneater, good night. Good night. Have a good one. It is early, but you woke up early. You have an early start tomorrow. You're going to be hurting.
About 100 people were...
I don't know if that made sense, but I hope it made sense. I think I rambled a little bit.
Killed, including children, after an overcrowded makeshift ferry sank off the northern coast of Mozambique. Some 20 others are missing. The group of 130 people had fled from Nampula on mainland Mozambique, reportedly after hearing news of a cholera outbreak. Mozambican authorities blamed their deaths on the spread of misinformation about the spread of the disease. President Biden announced new plans to cancel student debt for about 23 million people. Some of those to benefit include borrowers who now owe more than their original loan amount due to out-of-control interest. Those who have had debts for over 20 years, borrowers who were enrolled in so-called low-value school programs, and those facing economic hardship. The new plan would completely erase student debt for around 4 million borrowers. Biden announced the debt relief in a speech in Madison, Wisconsin Monday, as he made another pitch for re-election in the key swing state.
You know, he did this a couple times now, and you know, back before October 7th, when the spotlight was really highlighting how much money we are giving to Israel in their oppression of Palestinians. I would say I was one of the ones that was like, look, you can't say he's not doing anything about it. He's doing something, and maybe he's dragging his feet, to ensure the benefits come for election. Yep, this is strategy. Maybe that's a shit move. But I'm gonna tell you something. Seeing that there's a genocide happening, and then the very next headline is Biden to quietly push more weapons and funding to Israel. Look, student debt cancellation is not going to help you, homie. That's you gotta come with something bigger than that. Something that maybe I don't know. Stop funding a genocide. Something like that. DSB was going on.
I also want to make, and I've been pushing this, and if I'm reelected, I'm going to push it hard. We're going to get it done next time. Is I want to make community college tuition free. So you won't need loans at all. We're cutting half the cost of going to college.
In Strasbourg, France, the European Court of Human Rights handed out 1 victory and 2 defeats for the climate justice movement today, as it ruled on 3 historic climate cases. The court ruled in favor of over 2,000 senior women from Switzerland who argued their rights were violated by governmental inaction on the climate crisis. 8,300 indigenous people were killed during the dictatorship. Commission found that coup that ushered in the military dictatorship, which ruled for the next 2 decades. Brazil's National Truth Commission found 8,300 indigenous people were killed during the dictatorship. Others were thrown off their land, imprisoned in internment camps, and tortured. The apology came after the Guarani, Kaiowá, and the Krenak indigenous groups requested a collective apology from the Brazilian government's Amnesty Commission. During a ceremony last Tuesday, the commission's chairwoman, Inea de Stutz, kneeled in front of indigenous leaders to ask for their forgiveness. Here she addresses Janira Krenak.
I'm asking for forgiveness for the persecution that in the last 524 years, your people, as well as all the other original peoples, suffered due to the invasion that the non-indigenous people on this land that belongs to you. So you as leader, as the matriarch of the Krenak people, please bear our respect, our tributes, and our sincere apologies so that this never happens again.
You know what's sad? You know what's actually like really fucking sad is that I don't care who you are. I cannot see not one. I don't care what country it is. Like, you just say, anybody in a Western power doing something like this. Never. Like just the idea of kneeling. Period. It doesn't matter what you're kneeling is. Like, you better not kneel. Oh, that's it. That's the end. This is humility. And this is Brazil, right? They're doing lots of shit to protect the indigenous groups. Our First Nations people will never see this. Never.
So last week on Friday, prominent journalist, author, and environmentalist Alton Krenak became the first indigenous member of the prestigious Brazilian Academy of Letters. Krenak vowed to use the seat to open the elite academy to the more than 200 indigenous languages in Brazil. He also reflected on the government's apology issued days earlier, saying, quote, "Saying sorry afterwards means very little in terms of reparation. What we need is real reparations for Native peoples," he said. And those are some of the headlines. This is
real reparations. Ooh, don't say that. Don't say that. Can't say the R word. That's the real R word to the Republicans. Reparations. When you sit there and you and you have generations upon generations upon generations of systemically oppressed people, your nation absolutely has an obligation to make sure that that they make those corrections. That was part of the conversation I was having with the family over when we visited them over Easter weekend. It was like he's like, so you support inequality as long as it's against white people, and it's kind of like, yeah, kinda, what I mean? Because all that does is like you're still behind, you're still behind. You're just kind of like giving them some extra boost, get them up there, and you're still ahead, So I don't. It's wild. Hogs like reparation, another handout, right? Western nations don't understand true strength, the ability to say I was wrong, for real. Like it's that hyper masculine fucking bullshit where it's like to say you're sorry is weak, and they say it. I mean, it's literally that. He apologized. He remember, who was it? Was it Obama who apologized for the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki?
You can't see it. You can't see it.
Midnight Monarchy's making it rain tonight. Thank you so much. Hey, he's out here. He's like, you don't get any ads tonight. You're welcome. That's what's up. I'm about to watch Godzilla versus Destroy, but I want to say hello to the people I haven't talked to. Aramis, I like seeing you show up. Welcome. I hope Godzilla versus Destroyer is fun. Thank you for swinging by. If I pay extra, can I get ads? Yeah. Sure. Let's see here. Now, for all the people that talk about the left are just accelerationists, and if you think things can't be worse, right, then, I mean, what is this? I mean, really, like, what the fuck is this? Especially if we just found out Trump pissed off all his MAGA people by saying he doesn't even support a federal ban, just leave it to the states, then truly there is no difference. Arizona Supreme Court revives total abortion ban. The conservative court upheld the state's 1864 ban on the procedure, about 50 fucking years before they were even a state in the union. The Civil War era law, which predated Arizona's statehood by almost half a century, prohibits abortion at any stage of pregnancy for any reason other than when necessary to save the pregnant person's life. The ban carries a penalty of up to 5 years in prison for abortion providers. Physicians, this is from the court. This is the court opinion. The Supreme Court of Arizona says physicians are now on notice that all abortions, except those necessary to save a woman's life, are illegal. The ban, which is set to take effect 14 days after Tuesday's ruling on April 23rd, will replace Arizona's 2022 law, which banned most abortions after 15 weeks gestation. That law contained a single exception for medical emergencies. Providers who violated it could be charged with a felony and lose their medical license. The legal case, originally brought in the wake of the U.S. Supreme Court's 2022 Dobbs decision, sought to determine which ban, 1864 or 2022, would take precedence. The Arizona Court of Appeals upheld a 15-week ban in December, but by that time, Arizona voters had replaced Mark Brnovich, the Republican attorney who argued for restoring the 1864 ban. The case could have ended there, but Dr. Eric Hasselrig, an anti-abortion OBGYN from Gilbert, Arizona, who petitioned the court to be appointed as a guardian and litem for the state's unborn children, intervened to appeal the lower court decision. Alliance Defending Freedom, the conservative Christian litigation shop known for its willingness to take on culture war cases, represented Hasselrig from the Rolling Stone. This is the same people, right? I said this earlier. I'm going to say it again. These are the same people who were saying that the left is just they're being melodramatic. Nobody's going to end abortions. They're not trying to take away abortions. They just think it shouldn't be done until 40 weeks, 41 weeks after pregnancy, blah blah blah. Let's see what Trump has to say about abortions in general.
Well, after many months of mixed signals, Donald Trump revealing today who he thinks should have the final word on abortion.
My view is now that we have abortion where everybody wanted it from a legal standpoint, the states will determine.
Good night, Dr. Midnight. Take care of yourself. And thanks for swinging by.
By vote or legislation or perhaps both. And whatever they decide must be the law of the land. At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
Well, that's a different take than the one he gave to a voter earlier this year during a town hall.
You've also blamed pro-life on the GOP losses around the country, and you've called heartbeat laws like Iowa's terrible. And so I'd just like some clarity on this because it's such an important question to me. Okay. I'd like for you to reassure
thanks for the follow, very busy Chrissy.
Me that you can protect all life, every person's right to life without compromise.
You wouldn't be asking that question, even talking about the issue, because for 54 years they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it, and I'm proud to have done it.
Joining me now, Rebecca Haney. She's that anti-abortion voter who pressed Trump on abortion, and she joins me now. Rebecca, thank you so much for joining me this evening. I have to wonder, what is your reaction to Trump saying that states should chart their own path, essentially?
You know what's funny is that she's about to go in on how he betrayed her and all this stuff. Ma'am, you are on CNN. You are automatically persona non grata. It's you went to the enemy. You are on the enemy's network to talk shit about Trump. Oh, that's it. You might as well register a Democrat now. Trump always looks like shit, like he has to shit himself and he has to hurry up because he's running. Yeah, agreed.
On abortion.
Thanks for having me. And as I think you're hearing from a lot of the pro-life camp, we're extremely disappointed with Donald Trump taking the language of the left on this and leading on what he would now, even he used the term abortion rights. And that's a far cry from someone who claimed that he would be the most pro-life president and for a long time had been hailed for his pro-life credentials by conservatives like me, who gave him a lot of credit for many of those pro-life victories, the talking points that he used, the way that he defended life when he was in office. We really did appreciate. And now to come out and essentially surrender on this issue is
so there you go. There's a way that that contradicts myself. It sounds like the right has their infighting and purity testing too, this guy, right? I mean, I hate this motherfucker, right? And I'm pro-choice. I'm not pro-forced birth. But if I were forced to, I could make an argument why it doesn't matter, because all you have to do is show how many federal judges he got appointed and what he did to the Supreme Court. Everything that you're seeing today, everything that you're seeing today is a two-part cause and effect here. Yes, I have to say that what the Democrats didn't do in previous administrations, especially under Obama during the times when they had supermajority, absolutely set the stage for what's going to happen later. But that's like laying the foundation, right? Like, okay, so they paved the road, but even though Democrats paved the road for this to happen, there's still a motherfucker in an F1 supercar just hauling down at 300 miles an hour, and that's Donald Trump. Because without all those judges, we wouldn't see half this shit going. RGB not retiring, 100%. I'm with you. But again, that's just more road paving, you know? She should have retired. The Democrats should have done stuff when they were the supermajority, for sure. I don't take that away from them. But what were they paving the road for? For this motherfucker to come sprinting down it. And he is the reason that Arizona is able to do this shit. That Idaho is able to do this shit. That Missouri, Oklahoma, like the only reason why these states are able to make this way forward is because of the judges that he got appointed, especially in the U.S. Supreme Court.
There are many words for it, but extremely disappointing as a mom. The worst thing that you can be is just disappointed. And that's where I am right now with Donald Trump on life.
I use that same tactic with my own children. When I'm disappointed, it's far worse than me actually yelling about anything. But you know how former Vice President Mike Pence characterized it? He characterized it as a slap in the face. Those are the words that he used. Do you see it as that as well, something that it seems to be an intentional act or something more?
Well, it truly seems to be an unforced error. I think if we look on the political strategy side, I'm not sure who's advising him. This doesn't exactly come out of the blue. I was able to talk with Donald Trump about life on a similar town hall and on another network. And it was clear to me that he was a little bit wishy-washy on the line he was willing to draw, but he was still saying he would vote for, or rather he would defend life. And I think this is a true step backward. And I'm sure the strategy is to moderate on what he can say.
All right, yeah. I mean, a step backwards. I mean, how? He's gonna do the same shit. He's gonna do the same. He will still be very, very bad for anybody who thinks that this is a good thing. Speaking of disappointing people, a lot of people. Rush Limbaugh started this BS in the 90s. He dumbed down, injected false fear in the party, in their party for all this shit. Yep. Trump will defend the life of his financial gains. So state rights when it's about civil war, but not about women's bodies. Lord. Yeah, no, you're right. Like at least the states' right people are being consistent with states should have the right to do anything they want, include own human beings and stop women from having any bodily autonomy, but yeah, like the people who don't want that, the people who are mad at Trump, like, wait a minute, what happened to government overreach, federal overreach? I remember the Pope for a while was like, oh my God, the Pope is this dude's awesome, and he's undoing the harm that the church has done to the LGBTQ community, and this is so awesome. Come on. On Easter Sunday, Caitlyn Jenner threw a Eucharistic hissy fit, lying that President Joe Biden had decreed Transgender Day of Visibility on the same day as Easter Sunday. A lie, since it had been observed that way since 2009. Now, under normal circumstances, Jenner would have to go to confession to atone for her sin, for a lie. Actually, Jenner would have to go to... Okay. Pope Francis has other ideas about whether the light above Jenner's confessional door would be green or red. In the Monday declaration this past Monday, Francis said that attempts to obscure... I think I'm getting sick. The sexual difference between man and woman should be rejected. It follows that any sex change intervention, as a rule, risks threatening the unique dignity the person has received from the moment of conception. So I feel like the writer is writing too much about gender here. Francis and the Roman Catholic Church must decide whether they are with us or against us. For every step forward Francis takes on behalf of the church for LGBTQ plus rights, he takes 2 steps back. How does Francis square with what he did Monday? What he did Monday with what he did in 2022, meeting 4 times with transgender groups? Or what he did November of last year when he signed another document that said a person who identifies as transgender can be baptized like any other adult. Well, let me tell you here. Let me give my I used to be a Christian talk here. I called this shit out from the get-go. Look. There is something I remember hearing from a fundamentalist. And it's funny because the fundamentalist in my family that said this, I go, you're right. They're right. And what they said was that the people that are trying to change the word of God, the Bible, to fit their needs so they can increase their memberships and XYZ, or rather they're only doing it to increase their memberships. And this is not Democracy Now. Title, boom. Okay. They're only doing it to increase their memberships. And I'm like, now, obviously the context with what they're saying it is that it's not sincere, XYZ. But this is exactly what you're seeing, because the Bible, we could talk about various translations, and there's arguments with regard to whether or not the Bible was actually talking about homosexuality, or maybe it was talking about pedophilia or whatever. But the main body of Christ, right, is what they call the church. In the United States, in Europe, in the Catholic Church, in the Orthodox Church, like these people who have been teaching Christianity for 2,000 years, homosexuality is a sin. It's a sin. Now, do you want to start getting into translations and throwing doubt into that? Okay, I guess do that. But you're changing your religion then. Now, I'm an atheist, okay? I think it's all bullshit. But when I look at the text of someone's holy word, and it says that you need to go, kill so-and-so, or do this, or don't do that, or women need to shut the fuck up and obey your men, and all this shit, right? These are things that are said in the Bible. Or your holy text, right? I mean, you got wild shit in the Quran, you got wild shit in the Christian Bible, and then people want to go, no, you took that out of context, or that's not what it means like that. Like, no, what you're doing is you're taking your Bronze Age text and you're trying to put your modern viewpoint onto it. Now, I empathize with them, because I did that too. I did it so much that eventually I just realized that I really don't believe much of anything in this Bible. And then I started really deconstructing, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'm an atheist. Not because of they hurt me or anything like that. It was literally, this doesn't make any sense. And so what the Catholic Church is here doing is what he was doing from the beginning, is their bank statements was definitely feeling the effects of a world changing around them. Their bank statements, when we talk about the Vatican and it being its own little country, with its own GDP and its own laws and its own courts and its own legal system, They were feeling it. And so you know what he needs to do? How do I, as the leader of the church, as the direct connection between the church and God himself, I need to say some shit. So look what he said here. You mean to tell me God didn't tell that guy to murk his kid and then say LOLJK? that actually happened. Yeah. I'm an atheist. I'm not crazy. Obviously that happened. So check this out. Hear this out. I want to point out that Francis said that U.S. conservatives were going backward, replacing faith with ideology, saying, I want to remind these people that backwardness is useless. They must understand that there is a correct evolution in the understanding of questions of faith and morals, right? That seemed to indicate that maybe he was going to be taking the church in a certain way. Where did I read it? I just read it out loud. Talking about how to see square. Lumped in. Okay. Here we go. Or what he did in November of last year when he signed another document that said a person who identifies as transgender can be baptized like any other adult. Now listen. You're like, yeah, he supports trans people as long as there is no risk of causing scandal or disorientation to other Catholics. If that is not political maneuvering, excellent political maneuvering, I don't know what is. Because what that does is it gives people who want hope, maybe they were raised Catholic, maybe being a Catholic is very important to them, but they're trans. It gives them like, wow, that's awesome. I can get baptized now. But what the Pope does at that point is he gives a little like, hey, if your church, if your congregation doesn't like this, right? I'm talking to you, Catholic Church in Latin America, Catholic Church in Africa, and Catholic Church in, you know what I mean, in ultra conservative East Asian areas. If it's gonna cause any confusion or disorientation amongst the body of Christ, then you don't have to baptize them. What he's doing is having his cake and eating it too. You can get baptized if it's going to help your church. What does that translate to? That translates to tithe. That translates to offering. That translates to membership. Scandal, disorientation. Hey, archbishops, if it hurts your membership, don't baptize them. If it helps your, if you're in some, ultra lib, the gayest part of California, and you got a Catholic church there, baptize all of them. You know what I mean? I'm surprised he didn't allow gay marriage. You know what I mean? Like, as long as it doesn't risk scandal or disorientation. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. If it'll keep you profitable, then dunk them in the water. Exactly. It was a coward's move from the get, and they called that shit. Jordan no, I'm reading the wrong thing. I'm out here reading DMs. Didn't Jesus also say that the church is some bullshit? Yeah. I mean, he talks about, like, really he was talking to the Jews about the temple, right, and how important the temple was, but he was talking about, like, because they actually had, like, the Holy of Holies, and there was parts of the temple that even certain level priests couldn't go to, only the high priest can go to, because it was very all about separation, and what Jesus said, according to the mythology there is that whole thing with the temples is not it. God is in everybody, right? And I know that what is that one book? Shit. Brain farting. What's the movie with the where Jesus was actually married to Mary and had kids and shit? Tom Hanks was in it. Fuck. What is it? Wasn't it Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks Catholic conspiracy movie. No, not Angels and Demons. The one before that. Da Vinci Code. So in the Da Vinci Code, they kind of like, they did a little play with fiction on it, and Forrest Gump nailed it. No, but in the Da Vinci Code, it was they talked about like, oh, the secret was, and they found some hidden text about the church not being in brick, and it was supposed to be, if anybody found out Jesus said this, then the Catholic Church would lose its power, yada yada yada. But I mean, it's already in the New Testament. It talks about chastising the Pharisees and for their temples and all that stuff. And it was like, and then when he was crucified, the temple, the curtain that separated, the big giant heavy curtain that separated the main part of the temple from the Holy of Holies, ripped in half, and all this stuff. So, totally happened. There was a bunch of it happened because in the Bible it says so. Speaking of movies, I watched Nightingale, and that movie was powerful. Good recommendation, right? I'll say it again, everybody. There you go. You heard it. If you haven't seen Nightingale, it's an Australian movie. Go watch it. Super good. Man, so good. I can't. It was National Treasure, but for a religion. Yeah, exactly. Oh, buddy. All right. Let's see. I think we're done with the super serial stuff. Actually, we made it. Congratulations, everybody. We made it through headlines. We made it through the super serial stuff. We made it through Arizona, proving everybody that we were right. I hope it turns out Jesus was just trolling everyone. Here's the scene now. Ready? The rapture happens. The heavens open up. A big shining light comes down, and he comes floating down, and he's about to address the world. Everybody's seeing the same thing, right? Because he's God, and he can do that. And the earth is flat. So of course, all we just have to do is be looking in the same direction, and we're going to be looking at that spot. And then right as he's about to open his voice, he looks right and he goes, "Nah, just kidding." And then like his six other arms, right, pop out, and it was actually like, you all got it wrong, but the Hindus were the closest. And it's like everybody else is going to hell. The rapture happened yesterday with the eclipse. Look, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but if you are listening to this stream right now, you got left behind. Just saying. The rapture absolutely happened yesterday. And if you have any, like, if you're a Christian and for some reason you watch me, welcome. Is it the tattoo? Look, I just don't feel like getting shit removed. Okay. But yeah, it already happened, and you got left behind. Hold this, L heathens. What is third? What do you think about third way politics? Just, oh, you know what? You're right. I did pin your, this is my ADHD. I pinned your comment from earlier. It's bright purple at the top here. Still forgot to read it. What do you think about the rise of the far right in Europe in the past years? It is terrifying. Some of the rhetoric coming out of even Germany. Even Germany is horrifying. When me and Matt Eater went to Paris for a honeymoon this past February, a tour guide we had there was from Italy, but he had been in France for the last 10 years, and he just recently, even though they can live wherever in the EU, they still have like passports from the country that they're from, right? The actual nation that they're from. And he just recently got completed his full citizenship for France and has a French passport now. And I asked him, like, why? He's like, honestly, the Italy's been going right for a long time, and after Mrs. Mussolini he goes, it is horrifying, and it's sad because it's home, but I don't see myself going back to Italy anytime soon. So it's actually horrifying what's going on in Europe, and if we get a World War III, look, I'm gonna be super selfish right now. You guys want to hear selfishness? If we get a World War III, I just want to be dead. That's all I want. I want to be dead. Look, let me get my high-speed internet and every AAA game from now until my natural death, and then World War III can happen, okay? Netherlands the same, Hungary the same. Oh, that sucks, man. That sucks. What do you think about the third way politics? Just a fancy way to describe centrism, or is it something else? Well, I'm not gonna bullshit you and pretend I know what it is. So let's do this. Third way politics. Thirdway.org. Let's go to Wikipedia. The third way, also known as social democracy, a series on liberalism, as part of a series on social democracy. The third way, also known as modernized social democracy, is a centrist political position, but also remember, because we're already talking about social democracy, when we talk about centrist political positions, we're talking about, I imagine we're talking about it in a true like social political sense, like the way the Europeans do it. Not in the American sense. Let's see. The attempts to reconcile center right and center left. By synthesizing a combination of economically liberal and social democratic economic policies with center-left social policies. What is economically liberal? So we're probably talking about neoliberal shit. We're talking capitalism, right? And social democratic economic policies. So now we're talking about social safety nets. So that's typically like the social democracy part, where we're talking about capitalism, but under strict regulation and the strengthening of social safety nets. So when I read this, I'm thinking stuff like Norway, right? Like we're talking about like the Norwegian areas, along with center left social policies. This part right here, I'm not sure what that means. Like what are they saying? Social democracy, social liberalism, welfare capitalism, social democracy. It is a reconceptualization of social democracy and is positioned to the right of the center left. It supports workfare instead of welfare. All right. Yeah, nope. Work training programs, education opportunities, and other government programs that give citizens a hand up instead of a handout. As I read this, I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. A system supported by neoliberals. Surprise, surprise. The third way was born from a reevaluation of political policies from within various center to center-left progressive movements in the 1980s in response to doubt regarding the economic viability of the state and perceived overuse of economic interventionist policies that have previously been popularized by Keynesianism, but which at that time contrasts with the rise of popularity for neoliberalism. Yeah, so one thing I'm gonna tell you this much: I am not a political science major. Reading, if you noticed, I'm gonna call myself out. If you notice, when I went over here center left, I started reading this. I'm like, okay, out of my depth. I'm underwater, can't breathe. Got hit. Help! I'm not a political science major, but but I do got a brain. And I tell you what, when I'm working through here, I can read English and I can sit there and, you know, hand up instead of a handout, workfare instead of welfare. Like, these are the types of terms that seem to speak to the sort of people that believe that most people abuse welfare, who think that there is a connection with work and like work is a principle, right? And if you don't work, if you don't create money for somebody, then you are worthless. You know, let me take myself for example. Right now, I am privileged enough, due to retiring from the military and disability, to be able to focus on this. This is what I want to try to make work, because that's what I want to do. If this doesn't turn out to be a viable source of to put food on the table after a certain amount of time, then I'll probably go maybe join a nonprofit or do something that matters to me, right? I'm not just gonna work to work, right? And because of the way that I am currently living my life, there are friends and family who have like, well, you're not gonna get a job. I'm like, well, I don't really need a job right now, and I want to do this. And I could tell that there's like, oh, well, okay. Like, and it's weird because, you know, I've actually talked to my wife about it because it annoys her too, where I'm like, I'll sit there and I'll go, okay, so right now I makes XX thousands of dollars a year. If I made XX thousands of dollars a year, but I was working 40 plus hours a week, would you think less of me because I'm not working two jobs?
35s.
Hey, thanks for the gift. Give this sub again, Midnight Monarchy. Being a whole sugar daddy out here. 5 gifted subs so far. Thank you. I appreciate that. Boss. Very busy, Chrissy. I hope you appreciate the save from ad hell. But if you sit there and you're not gonna judge me if I work 40 plus hours a week making X amount of money per year, but you're going to judge me for making that same XX $1,000 a year because I choose to not go to, you know, sit in a cubicle or be a manager or double my income somewhere. I'm like, nah. So that right there, when I read this shit seems to appeal to those kind of people. And I don't like it. So yeah, that's the answer to your question. Let me see what I miss. Every time someone says EU, I think Europe has a multiverse and I just can't deal with that. Let me tell y'all something. My children, so in my first marriage, we met in the Air Force. She had came to the United States when she was a teenager. She's a citizen of Greece. And then she joined the Air Force. We met, got married, had 2 kids, got divorced. We joined the Air Force at the same time. She leaves the Air Force and now she lives back in Greece. So she went to Greece. My kids have citizenship out of Greece. It's actually pretty dope, and it's super easy to wrap around your head if you just think of the EU. You know what the EU is? Real talk. The EU is what the original forefathers, the original forefathers wanted the United States to be. Straight up. 100%. When you start looking at the Commonwealth of West Virginia and the Republic of Texas and all this stuff, the EU is what the original, founders, founding fathers wanted it to be. That's what it was. And so they're all their own little nation. They all have their own autonomy, but they also have this thing called the EU, and they can travel between each other. They can work between each other. They could, like if they just like, nah, I don't like this country anymore. I'm gonna go over to this country and I'm gonna plop down and get a job over there. They can. It's literally like this, like a different state. It's just hard for us to conceptualize because we have federalism here. Um, this is exactly what we have in Denmark. Is this written by Lars Lok? Bjarn Corden. How'd I do? Lars, I'm not going to get better than Lok. I have no idea what that O does. I'm going to go Lock. I'm changing my answer to Lock. I'm definitely doing Bjarn and Corden. How'd I do? I mean, most of the European parties are going third way to combine the right and the left. Yeah, I mean, this is what you're seeing. The United States is doing this too. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're calling it third. Remember, like you said already, like the left and right doesn't mean the same thing over here as it does in Europe. But this whole thing where where politicians are trying to appease the most amount of people at once is exactly why we see the sort of infighting that we see in the leftist community. And again, why I say that's actually a sign of the fact that we are definitely just more principled as a group of people. You know what I mean? Because we look at this and go, fuck no. No, not even a little bit of slavery. Come on, a little bit of slavery. Just a little bit? How about we just won't expand slavery into new territories? How about that? No, bro, no slavery. No slavery. What the fuck? Like, what is wrong with you? You know? And somebody else, this is what, you know, I'm giving the slave abolition, you know, argument of the time, but there's some center, moderate left, progressive lib out there during slave abolition times that is like, you know what? You never get anywhere with that attitude. Yeah, good luck getting votes not accepting a little bit of slavery, brother. You know what I mean? And so the moderate says, bro, you have to accept some slavery or else we're going to lose all power. And the leftist goes, no, I'm not accepting any slavery. And like, well then, good luck, Trump winning. You know, it's like, doing homework while ADHD. I like how your name is so long. It makes the letters super tiny. I hear you, I do, but you are in a much different situation than the one I'm quickly bringing up. But I had a good friend that did, in fact, allow his streaming career that he had just started. Shouldn't have been reading from there. To ruin his life at the time. We're talking divorce, no bill paying, no help around the house or his kid. Tried to turn all his close friends into fans. I was one of those friends, and I knew this guy since childhood, all for the sake of to try to force his wish to be a full-time Twitch streamer. That sucks. That sounds like it sucks. And you're right that that is different than me. But I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about because I've had friends who got sucked into MLM shit, and it's like, you know what? I hate MLMs, right? Like MLMs are not just bad, multi-level marketing and shit like that. They're not just bad because they're scams. It's also annoying as fuck when it's like, bro, you want to go do your MLM? Go do it. Stop trying to get me on your team, right? Let me tell you something. Let me before we, because we're done with serious talk. Actually, we're gonna play Guess the Cop. We're gonna watch a Guess the Cop next. But my wife, she said something the other day that I was like, oh, okay, thank you. She said she has a buddy, and this buddy, I gotta be careful. I don't know if that buddy is, watching, so I won't be too specific. So hopefully it still works as a story. But this buddy, has certain principles. I'm not gonna do X, Y, and Z. But then, we'll do other things. You know what I mean? Like, they'll do ABC, and they'll be like, well, I mean, you can't be perfect. You know what I mean? Like, but then all of a sudden she sees somebody do, she or he, who knows, maybe even a baby, who knows, hydrate. Thank you. You're right. if she sees somebody do XYZ, even though she's over here doing ABC, which is a totally different thing, but she gives herself, pass, she'll see dude XYZ and like, oh yeah, that's a piece of shit. That's a piece of shit. And she goes, Maneater said, I remember I told you like it was annoying how like, I don't want her shopping at Shein, right? For example. I'm like, no, we're just budget. Like get the more expensive dress. And and of course we have these conversations and because I'm like always in the internet, half the time, I'm telling her this stuff and she's like, okay, you're right. When it comes to like actually doing work for the real world, she's a therapist. She's a trauma therapist. Okay. So, she's definitely more real world effective. But when it comes to this kind of stuff, like, hey, yeah, we gotta cut out Starbucks. Sorry. Divest and what is it? BDS. And she goes, okay, all right, where can we get coffee then? And she tells me, she goes, what I actually learned to appreciate about you is that you are extremely consistent with your principles. And sometimes it's annoying because sometimes, like, okay, I didn't know we're not supposed to eat at this place now or something. And I'm like, nope, I'm not putting my money there. You can eat there at lunch, but I'm not. And she goes, but now I'm definitely respected more because it's way more annoying to see somebody who just picks and choose what activism they're going to do. You see my dog? Jobby. Why are you flashing people? Nobody wants to see your PB. Yeah. You see your dog's crotch. And that's it. That's it, right? So why am I telling that story? Like, what did that have to do with what you were saying doing homework? I know I'm not being defensive. You're not in a situation at all different. I just still wanted to like speak to it as far as it's just the way my brain. I'm doing this because I like to talk. I'm doing this because even before I was streaming, I'd be the dude at work, like having this conversation, and people would be like, "Bro, you should have a talk show or something." Sometimes I think I talk too long, and if you talk to my wife or my kids, I do talk too much. But sometimes I meet people that are like, "I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't even know you were. I couldn't even tell you've been talking for half an hour. That's really interesting. I appreciate that." And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, well. So I'm sure there's gonna be people who come to the stream and be like, "Oh my god, dude, shut the fuck up!" Like, okay, I'm not your cup of tea. That's all right, but somebody likes it, so let's do it, right? So this sort of stuff that I do it's not to become famous. It's not to become rich. I'm not trying to look for sponsorships. I'm not trying to blow up, right? I mean, I would like to be able to, supplement my income, of course. I mean, who doesn't? But, you gotta go? All right. Who doesn't? But, but I do this because this is something I want to do because I love to talk. And it definitely has nothing to do with getting rich or anything like that. So I feel bad for your friend because you could tell he's chasing the wrong thing. That's what he's doing, right? He's not doing it for the love of the thing. He's doing it because he's imagining an end game. He's imagining the end game, and he's willing to do anything he can to get there, anything he needs to, anything he thinks he needs to do to get there. And then he's listening to the sort of people that are talking to him about sacrifice and the grind and all that stuff. And let me tell you all something. I promise y'all, I love you all, and I'm glad you're here, and it definitely warms my heart when you guys are here and you guys give a fuck what I have to say. But the day this shit is, I'm not turning this on because I want to do this, right? I'm done. I spent 23 years in the military, and my whole life in the military, 23 years gone, 25% of my fucking life gone. And the way it works in the military is you want to be here, so you got to do all this shit here that you don't want to do. And then maybe you don't even get here. You want to do special ops? You better do all this dumb shit first before you go into the special ops community. You want to make the next rank? Do all this dumb shit first, right? And so people talk about that grind. Let me tell you what. I am 43 years old. I'm 100% VA disabled. And I'm not grinding anymore. I put this on because this is where I am at where I'm at. And if that number gets 10, 11, 12, and then becomes 22 or comes 1,022, each step of the way, I'm happy where I'm at. And I would never let this shit end my marriage. That's for damn sure. You just saw your crash. Doing work. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. With the Prime, too. Give me some of them Bezos bucks. Thank you. I appreciate that. Get a job. Damn. All that. Like, are you done? Are you done? Good. Get a job, you lazy fuck. It's my ADHD. I love talking. Bingo. I need something that really kind of works with my ADHD 100%. It's always a good time in here, even when the subjects are heavy. Yeah, I'm actually, I appreciate that. Which, by the way, that's why I'm making more of a concerted effort to talk about the shit that I think is important to talk about. We got to do it. But we also got to get brain rot in. All right. So we talked about everything. We got it. And now we have made it. Ladies, gentlemen, NBs, we are at brain rot. I'm going to change the category from politics to just chatting. If you don't like this kind of content and you're going to leave, I totally understand, right? I'm all about you got to live in the house you built. So, if you don't like the games or gaming and you got to leave, all I want to tell you, if you found me and you were hoping for political content and now we're going to get into like watching dumb shit and you're going to leave, I'm on YouTube. Give me a follow. I am trying to, it'd be dope to grow. Give me a follow. And I stream on weekdays, at least 4 days a week. 3 of those days is going to be right here on YouTube and Twitch at around 7:30. But on Thursdays, I have another podcast with Blur Without Fear and Just Chris Cypher called Nerds of Culture, where it's still like a social commentary type thing, but from a more nerd culture perspective. And also a play on words because we call it, it's also for the culture, just with a splash of sazon on it. So yeah, I thought politics was the dumb shit. You know what? You just might be right. Guess the police officer is definitely still politics. True. I actually haven't seen it. Does it get political? It's like training, because I'm gonna tell you this much right here. For all the people inside here right now, if you're not ACAB, I'm sorry for you, because I am. And so I'm thinking, I'm watching this, I'm like, watch this be some propaganda ass shit. Watch this propaganda ass shit. Let's see. Oh shit. Yeah, 1312. As a matter of fact, hold on. You said 1312. Is that what you said? Here, let's do this right here. Did they get me? They got me. Oh, I didn't even notice. They didn't give me a notification. Oh no, nope, they didn't. And if you're a YouTube moderator, I mean, if you're a Twitch moderator, I don't even know what you're talking about. Unrelated news. I tried to submit one that had, instead of 1312, it said ACAB, and they rejected it. So on a hunch, I remade it with 1312, and they accepted it. Because it's totally different and unrelated. Just saying.
Squad, we are in America, and we're going to be trying to guess the cop. The cop? Officer. Guess the police officer.
Round of applause. Here are 6 people, and they're all claiming to be American police officers. However, only one of them is telling the truth, and it's our job to find out who that real police officer is. Round by round, we'll be voting one person out at a time, and if we guess correct, we win. But if we guess wrong, the liars win a cash prize. This is false identity.
Assigned cop at birth. Is that what he said? Or are you playing with ACAB? So, fun fact. I'm a leftist, and but yes, I am a vet. Yes, I am a combat vet, and I spent the first 9 years before I went into my combat career field. I spent the first 9 years as military police. Like, I'm a double whammy. I'm a triple whammy. Anybody who says, yeah, fuck this guy, he's probably still secretly he's a fucking fascist. Honestly, I would say I can't be mad at you. I would probably think the same thing. I promise you I'm not, but I would get it.
Okay, bring him in.
Why are you saying like that?
I want to bring him in.
Like that.
All right, bring him in. Let's go.
Here come the feds.
Bring him out. Bring him
Yeah, I
out.
already know.
All right, the feds are here. 12 is here. 5-0, the pigs, the bacon, everything is in the building today.
4 is the chief executive.
I saw number 4 in True Crimes.
Yeah, he goes, that was the worst crime I've seen in the state of it. Yeah.
Wait, if you could all introduce yourself and what police department you've worked for.
I'm Jason. I work for Atlanta Police Department.
Jason. Yeah, Jason's too nervous.
Can you do it in your police voice as well?
That was my police voice.
You whisper to people.
I'm just calm today.
Number 1 doesn't seem like a police officer. He seems like a different word beginning with P. A pussy. The worst type of person.
Number 2?
Okay. Except for that last part, I definitely agree with what they're saying. So, like, cops can be soft, like they talk soft, but the whole idea of like how a cop gets his job done, you got to be able to be, like have some charisma, be personable, but also be forceful in what you're doing. And he's not coming off as a cop. Also, though, they get money. I think if this is anything like The Cut, you get money if it's not cop. So maybe he is a cop and he's talking quiet on purpose. Yeah, there's only one cop.
My name is Afo, AFO.
UFO.
Afo.
AFO?
Yes, sir.
What does that stand for?
Afolabi, it's my full name.
Oh, okay.
What's your police officer voice?
This is my police officer voice.
I'm a police officer with Pradas.
Hey, they're clean though. Alright, wait, you know number 3 is absolutely terrified. He has not stopped staring at me in this way since he walked in. What's wrong with him? Number 3, please, please.
I think he's arrested you before. I'm Matt. I'm retired sergeant from Henry County.
Oh my God, we've got him.
Number 3 is looking like a typical Southern police officer.
Yeah, but he's also the red herring. He's he's supposed to throw everything. Here's the retired cop with the country accent, and I'm a retired sheriff out of Bruton County.
He doesn't like our vibe. Is it maybe because of the melanin?
Sorry, what county, sorry?
Henry County.
There's a county filled with Henrys.
Pardon?
there's a county filled with Henrys.
They don't understand UK banner.
Guys, I'd also prefer if you guys remove your hands from your waists. It'll make me feel more safe.
He's keeping it there.
Yeah, no, please.
He's ready to drop.
We're all friends here. So lower the hands. There you go. All right.
Number 4.
I'm Tracy. I work in the Rockdale County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah, Dale County, yeah?
Now, so far, if I didn't think that, this is the only problem I have with these kind of games is like, well, they're all going to be faking it, so I can't be really going off of that. It's going to get into the questions later that are really going to do it. But if we're just going off of first impressions, this guy right here, like, screams cop. This guy talking right here.
I don't know these places.
I know Rockdale. It's just past St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis.
Yeah, they're all British. They're all British dudes.
St. Louis!
St. Louis is crazy.
Where did they get you then, number 5?
Cheerio, mates. My name's Scott.
Crazy.
Oh, no boy, Scott.
And what police department?
I'm a second year up at Cobb County.
Cobb County.
Cobb County.
Cobb County?
Cobb, like going on Cobb.
Oh,
Are you born and raised in America?
Yes and no.
Cancel for being British. Cobb County, isn't that is Cobb County Atlanta?
How does that make sense?
My mother is from not here.
Okay, so where's not here?
Not here.
What country?
It's another country.
You said cheerio, mate, so I'm guessing you're from the UK.
Possibly.
Scott has got the most confused accent in this world.
Number 6, you've been laughing the whole time. What's so funny?
By the way, so saying I'm a second year at Cobb County, the way that he said that makes me think he's also a cop. So far I got two. We'll narrow them down while they go.
It just was funny. That was.
What's your name?
Tyreek. I work for DeKalb County.
Wait, hold on. They're from the same county. Wait.
I said
You're from the same
DeKalb.
county.
He said the same thing.
Yeah.
He said Cobb.
No, he said Cobb.
I said DeKalb.
What's the difference between Cab and Cobb?
Cobb, yeah, it's the same thing. Their next door neighbors.
So we've got Scott from the Cobb County and Tariq from the Cab County. I think they're both from the Cap County. That was a good joke, right?
Number 5, tell us your family history, please.
My mother is from Birmingham.
He said Birmingham.
As in Birmingham.
Birmingham accent right there.
I knew it
That sounds Aussie to me.
Yeah, but Birmingham, Alabama, the next state over. That's why I think it's This is good. Who is it? This right here. Judges are not from the U.S. and they're trying to find the U.S. So they're looking at Birmingham from the U.K. But
wait, speak please.
I'm from Birmingham. I'm not from there. My mother is.
Yeah, so her accent sounds a bit like you. That's where you got the.
Yeah, crazy. He sounds like Jack Grealish, to be fair.
I don't think there's anyone on earth that's born and raised in America and their mom's from Birmingham. I don't believe it. Birmingham, Alabama, all right, fine, but Birmingham, UK, no.
I feel like we've got to know them a little bit, but not enough to send anyone out.
No, definitely
No. So what we're saying, do a double skates next round and
We'll get ready to the next round.
we're gonna keep all of these guys in for the next round, where you guys are gonna demonstrate.
see, if he's trying to say that the Cheerio mate was real, you're right. He's faking 100%. I thought he was trying to be funny because they're English. Yeah, that's not a real accent.
An arrest on each one of us. So, number 1, who would you like to arrest?
You.
I think everyone's going to want to arrest
Number
Mika.
3 definitely was arrested.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, use full force. On him, you're allowed to do whatever you want. Shoot him if you have to.
Okay, crazy, straight into it.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say will be held against you. For the law.
Hey, wait, what?
Nah. Nope. Hands up behind your head, one arm at a time. You spread their feet and all that stuff. He just. You know what that dude's doing? He's copying like a TV. You know what I mean? He's doing TV show shit. Number 1, 100% out. I'm calling it.
I'm pretty sure there's more to that.
Say that. Get onesie out of it.
Man, say about the Corolla.
Where's the rest of the Miranda rights? From what I know is, what was it? It's not too intimidating. I feel like I could run away and get away with it.
You want to try that?
Oh, yeah, good one.
Felt good.
All right, so as Afro, who would you like to arrest? You can do this in person.
Hey, yo, I don't like that. I think
He's
it's the fact
serious
against
as
me.
well, you know.
Hands behind your back.
Sorry, sir. I don't know what you're talking
Hands behind your back.
Sorry, bro.
You know why you're being arrested?
Oh, whoa.
By the elbow, pulling him by the elbow. No. You control him at the wrist.
Do you know why you're being arrested?
I didn't do anything.
You ran a stoplight.
I don't drive.
Arrested for stop.
Yo, I called.
Adrian was getting gripped.
The way I would have ducked as well. I don't know what kind of shoot number 2 thought this was. Pause, but he tried to bend. I can't even say it.
Okay, so Matt, who would you like to arrest? It can be anybody, by the way. You can pick the same people.
Getting arrested is a serious deal. You guys are laughing about it the whole damn time.
Oh my God.
Okay, fake as fuck. All right, you're out. Fake as fuck. He ruined it. Like, if I'm the producer and I picked him to be the mole, I'd be pissed as fuck in the background. I'd be like, too much. No, too much. What are you doing? Oh my God. I'm not paying him. I'm Donald Trump in his ass. He's not getting paid.
I'm not going to arrest any of you unless you do something wrong.
Yeah. And what does doing something wrong entail? Like, what do we have to do?
Insult the police officer and find out what happens to you.
Go on, Philly.
Philly, go on.
Kenny, say it.
Kenny said he really wants to.
Watch out, though. His hands are back in his waist.
man.
Let's leave him, man. Yeah, we'll leave him. All right, so number 4,
Right.
who would you like to arrest, sir?
The gentleman in the burgundy hat.
Yeah, that is a crime, to be fair. I didn't do it.
Turn around.
You're giving him a 360. That's crazy.
Take 2 steps backwards.
Cold?
Put your hands out. Look straight ahead.
Oh, he's got skills.
This
This is a veteran.
That's a cop. Called it from the beginning. That's a cop. If he's not a cop, awesome. Awesome. And then he got me. That's a cop. That's what I say. He's got him by the wrist, one hand on the shoulder to control in case he needs to run. He can spread his legs to get him off balance. Don't look at me. Look straight ahead. You walk him backwards to get him disoriented. Walk back into the sound of my voice until you hear me to say, until I tell you to stop. Bro, all the way. All the way. He's a pig all the way.
We're watching right here.
Hey, that might be a fed.
He searched him even before he cuffed him.
Ooh. Where were you at 5 minutes ago?
With a friend.
So you fit a description.
What was the description? Did they say I was cute?
No, they said you had a hat and the black shorts and a black jacket.
Yeah, that sounds like me. What did I do?
Robbery.
I saw him do it.
Tracy touched me in a weird spot. Made me jump a little bit. As he was patting me down, he said I fit the description. The only description I fit is a guy with a massive...
Oh, they just told me no. They found the person. I'm sorry for this, sir. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate your cooperation.
Wait. But he didn't read him his right.
Take that into consideration. Just remember that.
All right, Mr. UK.
Green tie.
Green tie, I see.
Yeah, by the way, so here, I guess we're still in brain rot, but I will tell you this much. You only have to be read your rights in a detention situation, right? So like when you place someone under arrest, anything else is called like excited utterances or an initial investigation type shit, right? If I suspect you of a crime, then you're supposed to be read your rights, right? However, the U.S. Supreme Court just said that you don't even have to read the rights. To be fair, what they said was that if someone's not read their rights, it doesn't have to have any bearing. It doesn't have any bearing on the rest of the case, right? So more or less, you don't have to be read your rights. So that's great.
Oh, everyone,
you about to get arrested, bro.
Walk slower.
Walk slower.
Walk slower.
You know how you get around that? You don't have to be worried about whether or not you're under arrest or not under arrest, all that shit. Here's an easy rule, right? Shut the fuck up. There's even an acronym for it. STFU. You know, my kids use it all the time. And that's how you know. If you're in pre-detention, shut the fuck up. If you're under arrest, you shut the fuck up. If your lawyer's not present, you shut the fuck up.
Turn around. Face forward. Arms out.
I've seen this before.
See, he's copying the other dude.
Man, he's soft with it.
Yeah, he just copied the whole script.
Just grips him, man, as well. Chill out, though.
You're under arrest.
Under arrest for what?
Running a stoplight.
Copy the same lines. Go say that, Karen.
Absolutely.
This might be the worst accent I've heard in my life.
So officer, why is my friend under arrest, sorry?
None of your concern.
What's up, Blurred? No snitching. unless I'm not going to jail for anyone. Okay? Just saying. The only time snitching is bad, in my opinion, is when you're dirty and you're going to snitch to get your dirt lesson so that someone else who did dirt with you goes, no, that's when you shut the fuck up, right? Like that's when but it's like, bro, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't do time for my brother. You think I'm going to do time for, man, shit, you got me fucked up.
Is because I'm actually his wife.
And I'm his kid. Do you think I care?
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn.
You're free to go.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well done.
Cool.
Well done.
I don't think we have any...
No feds.
See, that's the thing about Tekashi 6ix9ine and why he's a piece of shit. Tekashi 6ix9ine was dirty. Tekashi 6ix9ine was dirty and snitched to get less consequences for his dirt. That's not the way that works. That's the only time that I am a pure no snitching dude.
Number 6, let's go.
I'll take the guy right here.
Hey, Philly, Oscar today.
I'll pretend like I'm robbing something.
Okay.
Freeze, where you're at, please.
Freeze where you're at.
You have the right to remain.
He is not a cop out of DeKalb County.
Everything you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. If you do not have an attorney, you will be appointed an attorney. What were you just doing by the table?
I was just fixing it. Officer, look, I've got a 2-year-old, Monique, and I've left her home alone. My wife's She's left us.
You left your child home alone. You need to be arrested for that alone.
That was solid.
Yeah.
See how he walks away? He just doesn't have. He doesn't have the walk. He doesn't have the walk. He doesn't have anything. I'm gonna tell you this much. If it is the black ball dude, I'm gonna be a little disappointed. This isn't the cut, right? So this is the JV squad of this type of show. The cut is like varsity, right? The cut is pro. The cut will make you think you're going the right direction and and give you whiplash because they change it up on you. They're a little bit JV when they're funny as fuck. Don't get me wrong, but if it's the black ball dude, I'm gonna be a little disappointed because that shit is like super on the nose.
Okay.
All right, first and foremost.
Yeah. They kind of gaslight him up. Yeah, shit.
So let's talk about my flipping acting there. Played a good role. Said my little baby Monique needed the food and I left out home, so it's kind of my bad. I would have got arrested anyway. But I think number 6 did quite a good job. Big up Tyreek.
You know what's mad now, though? We've got to take 2 of these out.
I'm comfortable with that.
All right, I'll start the voting process. My vote is going to sit with 1 and 2.
It's a really
Dumb. It's not 1 or 2.
tough one. Number 1, I'm not so sure on your form.
Although the grip was tight.
Grip was tight, but
Pause.
someone threw me on the floor when I got arrested here in the States before.
Yeah, true.
I'm gonna go with.
He said he got that gorilla grip hand. That's what he said.
1 and 2 as well.
I'm with the boys. I can't see 1 and 2 being police officers.
I think 1's got his own clothing brand and 2's an Afrobeats DJ. For those reasons. Yeah, number 1 and 2, I'd probably like to remove.
I'm going to go for 1 and 5.
5's a police officer from Birmingham.
Nah.
See, they're voting 4 because they think 4 is the plant. The white guy is clearly the plant. I don't see anybody as obvious. I gotta have a second one. I gotta have a runner-up. Let me see.
You remind me of like them dons that go around in a van, like travel the world in a van.
Nonsense.
Yeah. I'm also going to go with Philly, 1 and 5.
Hey.
Your arrest, Jason, was flaky. Same.
Oh, you know what they're doing? And I'm on board. I forgot. They skipped who was going to leave in the first round. This is the second round where they're picking 2. 2 are leaving. They're not saying who they think it is. They're leaving.
Same with you, Scott. It wasn't like a firm arrest.
Playing it down for the cameras.
So where's the English accent gone? Please.
All right, I mean, we've all made our vote. That looks like 1 and 2. You've been eliminated.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for coming,
That's
guys.
good.
No, seriously.
That's
Thank
good.
you.
Appreciate you.
And send man a little care pack on the clothes, number 1. Little care pack. Actually, no, don't send that. I got 3 more.
I'll be very honest with you. 1 and 2 were stiff. I don't give a shit if they weren't a police officer. They were whispering, not saying much. Get out!
All right, round.
I don't know what that means, stiff. Like, does he mean literally stiff? I feel like that's slang for something. And if it is, I'm going to start using it. And I'm going to act like whoever doesn't know what I mean, they're going to be like, you don't know what that means? Shit, I'm sorry. I stay with it,
3, we're going to dive deeper and ask some questions.
Yeah, I don't know, Susan. Depending, you start seeing some of these cops out of like San Diego and Seattle. These young bucks out there, they 27, 28-year-old cops. Yeah, they're wearing straight bill hats now. Mm-hmm. With a fade and a side part.
You know what? I'll start off this round. What's the craziest arrest you've done?
Well, probably. We arrested a few black fellas.
Good stuff.
See what I'm saying? He's too much. He's too much. You're clearly the plant. You're doing too much, bro.
When they were having sex with a horse.
Wait, listen, take him in. Take what he just said.
They were having sex with a horse.
Yeah, they're wrong. And he wanted to say that they were black. Why did he just say that they...
He actually said there was 5 dons.
No, wait. He might be serious. He's not even laughing.
No. He's not capping.
No,
the
but
fact
he didn't
that
need to say
he
that.
started off with black, not horses. Was that where the hate for black people started for you, or was it before that? Because he doesn't like us, man. I can tell.
Why isn't
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. That's what I mean. I think he's doing too much. I think he's the plant. He's trying to be like I don't laugh at this stuff, and arrest is too serious, and black fellas, and like nah. Nah, it's not you. You're doing too much.
Or having sex with a horse. Nicho's number 3 could not wait to dunk on the black community. I'm now starting to think that he might be a little bit racist.
Wait, why did they get arrested for that though?
What? That's bestiality.
Are you all right? You can't have sex with a horse in public.
Thank you so much, Matt. Tracy, could you please tell us your craziest arrest?
Yeah, all that time.
That guy is like, there's no way he's not a cop. I tell you what, I take back everything I said about them being JV and the cut being pro. If that guy's not a cop, I take back what I said. There's no way he's not a cop. There's like nobody on the lineup that he's a cop. And even if I'm wrong, he's a cop. Even if they I was not the cop, bullshit, you a cop. I would never think he's not a cop. He's a cop. He could be an actor, and I see him in a movie. You know, like, hey, that's the dude from that one show. Yeah, as a cop, he just became an actor later. That's what happened.
Capturing one of America's most wanted.
Yeah. You could have said anything, and you decided to go for the highest. What's his name?
If you say Bin Laden, though.
Chauncey McKibbins.
Chauncey McKibbins. What did he do?
Murder.
How many people?
One.
That's the most wanted man.
That's the most wanted guy.
So why was he the most wanted?
He cut off his head.
Yeah, do you know what it is? He's making up the story as he's going.
Yeah.
And when you found him, what happened? You guys arrested him. How many years did he spend behind bars?
He's still in jail right now.
Oh, wow.
Where did you arrest him? Where did you find him?
85 and Cascade Road.
You know, that's where they sell jerk, isn't it? I'm telling you. We'll get up that jerk spot. 85 Casket Way, yeah? All right, cool.
Next one, yeah?
Go on, Scott.
Those stories are crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Unbelievable in my mind. The craziest arrest for me, again, I'm only a second year, so drunk college girls refusing to leave an Uber.
All right, check this out. I thought him saying second year made it believable. Like I just realized something. This dude is straight up Australian. That's what he is. He's Australian. Maybe Australian American. I don't know. But he's Australian, and he's saying second year in the way Europeans say. Europeans, Australians, South Africans. It is like the way that they talk about grades. You know what I mean? Like in the United States, we say second grade, third grade. You know, I'm a freshman in college. I'm a sophomore in college. They say I'm year 2. I'm in year 3. I'm a year 3 in uni. I don't think he's a cop. I think he's actually a foreign dude.
They were taking off each other's clothes.
What? If he was the officer, I would have been in it.
And he's definitely Australian.
I'm telling you, number 5, he was in the Uber with the 2 girls, getting naked, and he was the one that was going to get arrested. Brother, you ain't convincing no one.
Tyreek.
One of the craziest stories I've experienced, first starting out being new, I was a ride-along. It was a shooting inside of a house. 2 people died. Probably one of the most traumatizing experiences. Trying not to cry even thinking about it. It was very fresh for me coming into the force, and that's the first experience that I experienced. So,
how early on into you having a job did that happen? Was it like the first month?
It was like literally like 3 weeks in. Like I was super new.
Listen, if he is the officer, it means there's hope for AJ. Because he's pretty small and he's very...
But honestly,
that's
why.
dark.
That's
we got
why
to that.
joined.
That's so mean.
No, honestly, that's why I
That's so fucked up, man. That's so fucked up. God damn. That's I would sue. I would fucking sue for millions. God damn. Oh my God.
Because you're small.
Right, that's why I joined.
Oh man, dude.
2 things, boys, genuinely. He's either telling the whole-hearted truth or he's an elite actor.
No, I believe it. Short kings don't lie, bro.
He ain't short though.
Oh, hey, but real talk, that's my follow-up. That's my that's my number 2 because I'm not gonna lie. Whew, god damn. That story was kind of believable. So I was trying to think of a runner-up. And we already know like the main number 1. But it's also like, the cut is kind of give me like a little bit of PTSD, and like the cut will make you like Blurred said, they gaslight you. So if they're as good as the cut, then that main dude might not be it. And if I have to pick a number 2, like if the big detective dude is not it. If he's the plant, then I think it's the little guy.
I'm 6 foot, brother.
Yeah, 6 foot.
Let's
Yeah.
not talk
6
about
foot in what country?
it. In Sweden.
Yeah, good one.
I think that story was kind of legit. He looked like he was telling the truth, but the man there need therapy, man. He's suffering from PTSD. That's probably why he got accepted in prison.
Obviously, some of you are retired and some of you are still currently in the force. What's your badge number?
Starting with Matt.
315-2395.
How much time you had Jamaican jerk chicken? Scott.
3742.
That's how many lies he's told today. And then Tyreek.
7147.
Sounds like a jingle. Have you ever used any excessive force whilst being in the police force? So we'll start with Matt.
I probably have.
Yeah, I like about you. I like that you're honest, man.
Yeah.
Another side question. Would you have use that excessive force on anyone over here today?
If I had to.
Yeah.
Is that all of us as a collective, or is that like more individual person based on personality?
Collective.
Crazy, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Nah, no, to be honest, I like him, man.
I like this
I
guy,
like
man.
him. The eyes say it all, man. He's even sick he's standing in today.
Look, here's the deal. I don't think like he's being real. He's not just faking being a cop. I think he's putting on a character. So, wow, I want to hate him, right? Because he's doing a good job. I'm calling right now that he's going to start laughing and he's going to be a totally like jolly guy at the end. That's why he's the plant. He's putting on racism. He's like, yeah, I probably have abused and I'm being super hard ass. And like, no, the fuck you're not. This dude right here, this is how every cop in the force acts. This guy. Every old head cop, right? This is the guy that's angry at the cops that come in super tatted up. He thinks it's unprofessional. You know what else? You know who he's the hardest on? He's the hardest on young black cops because they have different standards now for hair. So if you don't have a high and tight, or if you come in with all kinds of tattoos on you, then he doesn't like it. He thinks he can get that pretty boy shit out of my department. Watch.
Yeah, his eyes are scary. And I feel like if I look at his eyes too long, I might turn racist. I mean, I almost just called Kenny a Nick.
All right, let's move.
We're going to move to Tracy. Ever used excessive amount of force?
Okay. We got one vote for the Australian.
Oh, yeah.
And you're currently still serving?
Yes.
Okay, that's good on there. Scott, excessive force, you've used it before? No? Looks good. And then Tyreek.
No, I've never used excessive force.
A Sharky question?
My question is, what's your badge number?
I told you my badge number before.
Yeah, can you tell me again?
I expect people to listen to me when I talk.
See, he's doing his thing. Okay, we know. Okay, we can stop pausing on him. I just look at the camera. You guys know you guys know I want to pause it, and we're just gonna keep pausing all day because we already know that guy's fake.
I wasn't focusing.
And I wrote them all down.
Yeah, same.
Oh my God, Sharky came through with the clutch question. Everybody is stuttering now. Let's see what they say.
I forgot.
No, what's your badge number, sir?
He's seen now, to be fair.
No, don't stop, Susan Turpin. Now,
I told you before.
Can you tell me again?
Hey, we've cracked the
Sharky, Matt, we'll come back to you. Tracy, please, man, tell me the number.
Come on.
Yeah, good one. Yeah. Scott, tell us the number.
3742.
oh, smoke one Kenobi.
Bad boy. And then Tyreek.
7147.
Ooh! Okay, one more chance.
So Dumb and Dumber.
Hey, you're my guy. Matt, one more chance. What was the best number?
Hey, you can't keep making those faces.
Y'all write it down. You wrote it down before. If you don't remember it, I can't help you.
How he's not cracked and is not dying right now is brilliant.
I'm gonna go back to my favorite person in this lineup, Tracy.
2395.
Oh, see. Oh, I'm right. Okay, let me tell you all something. About memory. Holding those numbers in, random numbers, and then he pretends to forget to recall random numbers. Telling you that dude's the cop. Telling you.
It finally came. Hey! It took me a time.
Whoa.
It took me a time to come.
He said 2395, and then we clocked this right this,
This is just a little out there question. Define dick.
What?
What?
Imagine this is someone's first time watching a Beta Squad video. Just tell them what Nico's like.
So he's got problems. This one here on the left. We're asking normal questions. You've asked, define dick.
How about you let the
It's another name for detective. Yeah, it's another name for detective.
question line first?
All right. Fez.
You might think that was a stupid question.
But it was it's also why Dick Tracy is named Dick Tracy. It's a detective.
But that's actually slang which police officers use for someone who is a detective.
Well, it's an old cop, but you're acting like one.
Oh, so it's an old cop.
Particularly the FBI.
Okay. Would your answer differ from that, or would you define it with something else?
What's the question?
Define dick.
Have you looked in your pants?
He thought that.
I don't think, yeah.
Okay, can you chill out?
There ain't one there.
Well, you can act like one.
Hey, they all think Nico's a dick.
I did too.
Yeah, to be fair, we all do.
Yeah. If dick means define, independent, cuck king, then that's exactly what I am. But no, it means an old copper.
Scott?
Penis.
Wait, what?
Penis. Cool. And then Tariq?
Penis.
Okay, well, it's actually an old police officer, a detective.
You got it right.
Matt got it right.
He just wants to do what he wants to do, bro. I
Matt-
generally think that's what he's here for.
Matt, my question is, have you guys ever broken the law yourselves? And
If it's the white dude, that's wild. If it's the white dude, I'm gonna hate him extra. And here's why. Because he is so comically trying to be a bad racist cop that I'm like, no, I already see through you. And if he's the cop, that means that's how he is, and he just wants to be extra like that. Yeah. If he's the cop, man, I'm not gonna say anything mean right now because then I might. Let's just wait. You know.
tell me what crime you committed.
In the performance of my duty, no.
No, in your life.
Not in the performance of my duty.
That means I'm not going to tell you what I did before that.
All he's saying his whole life is divorce.
It's always the old white dude.
Or he just committed hella crimes and you don't want to tell us.
Yes, that's probably it.
Matt, we already know.
Right.
Just how many times have you done it? You look like a nonce, but you're racist. It's the worst combo on earth. All right, just joking. But he is a nonce. Not even sweets from a shop when you were younger?
Misdemeanors.
In the performance of my duty, no.
Hey, bro, just leave him alone. Tracy.
I would say yes, prior to becoming a police officer. Speeding.
Speeding. Okay.
You took speed?
No, not a narcotic. Speeding in a vehicle.
Oh, you took speed in the vehicle?
Wow.
Going over the speed limit.
There we go.
You took too much speed in the vehicle.
Scotty!
Having a pint under 21.
Oh yeah, over here it's under 21, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Was that the only thing you ever done wrong in your life?
According to the law.
Brother, just drop the accent at this point.
Accents all over the place.
According to the law, that's Birmingham. Through.
You always had the same facial expression the whole video.
Just growing up in my city, you know, riding around with friends, you know, not in the right environment, doing stuff, you know, I don't want to really stay on camera, but...
What's going on this side of things?
Cluminati feels the same way about old white dude as I feel about the bald black dude. He's like, I don't even care. Even if it's not him, it's him.
He's staring hard at man.
This game, yeah? A grind for the person who can make him smile.
Okay, cold.
Okay,
Matt's just staring at us with pure hatred, and it's made me think of a small little game. If any of us can make him laugh, I'll give the guys money, because I don't think it's possible.
Sorry, bro. Very rude of me. Tyreek, did you speak?
Yeah, he said.
You heard it?
He doesn't want to say exactly what he did, but growing up in bad environments, he's obviously been involved in a little bit of petty stuff. Yeah.
That's crazy, right, Matt?
Hey, Matt, what rhymes with trigger?
Oh, damn.
There's a lot of words that rhyme with trigger. I'm just curious.
Snigger.
I want to take the S off. That's what he wants to say.
I don't know, I just thought he was racist enough to say it. But clearly it didn't work. You know what? I tried.
Matt, has someone ever told you you look like Justin Bieber?
Speak clearly. I can't hear.
Yeah.
That might do it. Hey, that might do it genuinely.
I said, has someone ever told you that you look like Justin Bieber?
Matt.
I can tell Matt was ugly when he was young. Yeah. Alright, cool. Let's move on to
Oh,
We've got to eliminate someone else.
No, you know this.
Move on.
See, that's the shit right there that I would be super uncomfortable about, right? Because like if he's playing a role for this game to win, right? Because if they don't get it, then they all get money. Then if I say something about like, yeah, you can tell he was ugly when he was young. Well, I mean, that's the actual dude though. That's the actual dude standing right there. I would be the friend at the table like, oh, chill. Like, we don't know if he's the bad guy yet. Like, if he's a pig, okay, but come on.
Move on. All right, one more person try it.
Hi, Matt. What did the chicken say to the cat?
I have no idea.
I love you, Matt. Shark's cold.
Give me my money.
Sharks didn't even need to go.
The music.
My whole life, I've hated those growls, yeah? And then now,
See, Blurred, if we all just live, we need to all move to Memphis. And we just need to get a show going. That's what we need to do.
It worked. All these years of doing the famous Sharky growl.
If me, Blur, we just do we'll just get like a middle-aged group going, you know? Cypher could be the youngin'.
And it's finally paid off, and I've won £1,000. That was the most expensive growl, and from now on, I will never growl again until someone offers me money. If I was gonna do it, where's my money? I'm not gonna do it. I need my money. They're expensive.
£1,000. See, that's how you know you have too much money. Like if it's me and my friends, it's like, you know, like a 20 spot, maybe actually. Like I probably would second guess. 10. Did I say 20? 10. We didn't shake on it yet. 10. £1,000. Fuck out of here.
I'll do it now, but you have to cut it.
So we've asked the questions, we've got a bit more of an insight, so now it's time for us to take another person out. Starting with you, Kenny.
Ah, man. You know what? I'm still going to go with Scott.
No, surely not.
Sorry, I just don't feel like you're an officer.
Mine's between Scott and Tyreek. Then I feel like Tyreek is a very good actor, and I really hope he has a successful career in that. So I'm going to pick Tyreek.
I think that Scott is not a police officer, therefore I'll be voting Scott.
See, I like Scott. I don't think he's an officer as well. I wanted to keep him in a bit longer. For the vibe. I really want
to. He could have done 20.
Get this right, Scott. So I'm gonna go for you.
Scott. Wait. Have you ever been to Birmingham?
No.
You just have a Birmingham accent.
Yeah.
That is not a Birmingham accent.
That's not. Well,
that's Australian as fuck. I feel like, am I alone in this? All I hear is Australian out of that dude.
Unfortunately, Scott, I don't believe it. So I'm gonna have to vote you out. Sorry, man.
And that means that without even AJ voting.
Hold on, wait, I might be able to save him here.
Yeah, go on.
I can't, sorry.
Yeah, crazy. Sorry. Thank you so much, Scott. Appreciate it, brother.
I appreciate you, Scott. Clap it up for Scott.
Yeah. If it's his real attitude, like if he's not playing an act to be the plant, he comes off more like a security guard who takes his job way too seriously. That's what he comes off as.
Dab it up. See you in Birmingham, man. Dab it up. Listen, if you're gonna lie about your accent, lie about it and say it's from somewhere cool. I don't know, New York, maybe Boston, I don't know. You pick Birmingham. It's like wanting to go to hell.
All right, so we're gonna start with Tracy first. Seasoned vet. How long have you been in the force?
20 years.
Oh, 20 years. So that means that you should know the Miranda rights.
You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in the court of law.
And that's the whole thing, yeah? If I was getting arrested, I'd be...
If you don't have an attorney, one will be provided for you.
Confused, I say what's left. Okay,
I don't know, man. As a police officer who's been doing it for that long, you should know the Miranda rights. That's a bit...
That's actually true. Again, only 9 years, and I mean, I don't know them as well now, but you definitely know them. However, I will say this much is that every cop carries around a little card with the, you would just read it straight off the thing.
It's sus to me.
Tariq, how long have you been in the force?
5 years.
So you should definitely know this. Tariq, please recite the Miranda rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do can be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you do not have an attorney, you'll be appointed to you.
At no charge. That's it. It's Tariq. It was my number 2. If it's right, I'm still like, I get half points. You know what I mean? I should get half props.
Ooh. Matt Cook. No. It's either he's a Fed or he's been arrested so many times that he remembers it.
Sounds a bit longer though, usually, no?
Maybe, I don't know, that's the thing.
Matt will tell us it.
Come on, you can't ask a question you don't know the answer to.
This is gonna be the correct answer because Matt, how long were you in the police force?
I retired after 30 years.
Wow. Matt, you should know this more than your son and daughter's name. Please give us the Miranda rights.
You have the right to remain silent. If you give up that right, an attorney can talk to you at any time.
Okay, he's not it. We already established that. Miranda warning: you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without an attorney present, you will still have the right to stop answering at any time until you talk to an attorney. Do you understand these rights? Yeah. But on the Miranda warning one, that one seems to be extra. And it stops at if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you. Tariq said it. He's it.
If you don't want it, I don't give a damn.
Yeah. Oh my God. No. He feels orcs. Yeah.
You see the way he wobbled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Madden.
I'll give a damn. You know, at that point, he genuinely wanted to say it like as much as he could, but he just.
Hey, wobbly neck. Number 3 is having a stinker, man. It used to look like my jokes back in the days. Yeah, nah, get rid of it, man.
He said wobbly neck.
Matt, have you ever been in a relationship?
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's fucked up. That's like, I mean, it's actually his neck, so maybe that's not cool.
A prisoner.
What the fuck? He gives me this. I did. I don't give a damn.
Why is he looking so disgusting?
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah. Sorry.
I got a question. What's the worst thing you guys have been called out for?
They've accused me of being a little rough with African Americans.
The fact he nodded at us and we're not African Americans is crazy. We're all the same, man. That's crazy.
He's had our British accents for about an hour and he went.
He sure did. Emotional damage. He sure shit nodded his head at them. You know, he said African Americans, and they're not African Americans. So I don't care. Somewhere in them dark countries.
African Americans. My brother, we're from London.
But it was false accusations, right? It was false assumptions.
I'll deny it, brother, please. Now's the time.
I'll plead the 5th.
Oh, crazy.
Okay, now this is not.
The fact we're still recording this video with this guy here is crazy to me. He's literally just openly saying, I hate black people.
All right, let's move on to Tracy. What's the worst thing you've been called out for?
I really can't recall me being called out for anything. I'm a model police officer.
Crazy.
I try to follow the rules and regulations.
Let's see that wink again.
Yeah, that's called the blink where I'm from. Maybe it's a little bit just done a little bit differently where he's from. I don't know.
And moving on.
I've been called for, people have been too intoxicated and I've had to go out there for that, but there's never nothing been crazy.
Are you allowed to wear the septum piercing during?
No, I'm trying to go for I can be myself and still.
Oh, but when you're
duty,
I take it off.
I've actually got one question for Matt. Could you name 3 famous black people, please?
There's loads. There's actually loads.
Just name 3. That's all.
Michael Jackson.
I'd say Henry Aaron, of course.
Henry who?
Henry Aaron. You heard of him?
No, sir.
Oh, from your county, Henry County.
No, he only played for the Atlanta Braves, for crying out loud. Don't you guys know anything?
Okay, fair enough. What was the second one?
So cringe. So cringe. Stop.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, and who's the second person?
Probably Willie Mays.
You have to know.
Yeah.
And then the fact?
Satchel Paige.
But who are these guys?
They're all baseball players.
Oh, yeah, baseball, yeah.
Where are you from?
Georgia.
Oh, go. Oh my God.
Oh, you know my heart dropped.
Oh my God.
You know my heart dropped.
What, you thought you had a strap?
No, you know my heart dropped.
You man are tweaking.
If I saw a rat, I would have died.
I've never seen someone pull out their phone more aggressively.
Who pulls out their phone like this?
But in my head, I thought, you man are there, so you might get it first.
Yeah,
That's what
we got time
safe.
to-
Yeah,
we got
safe.
time to run away. Ah! Number 3 just scared the black out of me. I've just lost the end pass.
Starting with number 3, what is your favorite guy?
I've been.
That's Cypher when he gets a haircut. I gotta clip that. I gotta clip that for Cypher. This is you when you get your haircut, when you lost your locks.
A 6-hour guy for pretty much my whole career.
What is that?
What is a 6-hour guy?
I don't think you heard the question, you know.
You said, what type of gun do I use?
Oh, is that a gun?
It's a 45.
Big 4-5, no safety.
I'll tell you one thing about Americans. They just call stuff the weirdest things. I asked him, what's your favorite gun? And he said a 6-hour. What the hell does that mean?
6 hours. Sig Sauer, my man.
And then when I asked him, okay, what is that? He goes, a 45. At this point, I think you're just saying numbers, bro.
Quick question for you. What was your favorite era of American history?
This guy, man.
I'd probably say the Revolutionary War.
Nice. What's your favorite gun, Tracy?
Slavery.
Yeah, I know. Just make it a proper please, bro. I feel mad, please.
That is truly disgusting because you know what was happening during the American Revolution? Slavery was happening. And he's saying it with his chest. And no one wants to question him on it.
Tracy, what's your favorite gun?
The Glock.
Am I the only one who's actually shit?
Tariq, what's your favorite gun?
Glock 19.
Wait, hang on a second. Hang on a flipping...
There we go. What have you worked out?
woke up.
Why would a police officer...
Wait. I missed it.
Tariq, what's your favorite gun?
Glock 19.
Wait, hang on a second. Hang on a flipping...
There we go. What have you worked out?
woke up.
Why would a police officer put poison on a shirt with a skull?
I mean, earlier I said I like to be myself when I'm out in public.
So your police...
I mean, Poison's a band. Does he not know that? Is Poison not big in the UK? He's just wearing a band shirt. That's not that big a deal.
Police department wouldn't have any issues with that, no?
No.
Celebrating death with a snake on your shirt.
This guy.
Don't tread on me.
Huh?
Don't tread on me.
But what?
Oh, he's just trying to
He's had enough.
He said, what? It's the first time he's ever heard those string of words, ever.
You like him?
I reckon he got 2 bullets waiting for you. Yeah.
I want to go home, man. I wasn't even talking to the racist Donny Matt. I was talking to number 6. And Matt just wanted to get himself involved, just to dunk on me. Well, he wouldn't be able to dunk on anyone, to be honest. He's like 4'7".
Number 3.
Why you lot on them? Why you lot on them too?
I just want to ask you a
Yeah,
question,
why,
simple
why?
question. Would you invite us over for dinner?
Wallahi, he wouldn't.
Probably not.
Fair enough.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just want to see something. Tracy, would you?
Yeah, you guys bring the wine.
That would be Philly.
Tariq?
I'm the only one that drinks, though.
Yeah, for sure. My little sister, she loves you guys.
Hey! Clap it up! Let's beta squad.
Who should we vote out this round? You know what? Let's start with AJ.
I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's actually yeah. Like he thought he was being antagonizing, but see, that's a blind spot. So I still think he's acting, right? I think he's acting it up. He's hamming it up to be the plan. That's still where I'm at, right? And so, but this is still what you mean. This is blind spot shit, right? So he's like Revolutionary War because British, but you forget like what else is happening there, my man.
Vote out. Number 3.
You know what? I feel like someone whose favorite era is the American Revolution. Would be time for you to go. So I'm going to vote for you as well.
Yeah, I feel like if you were a police officer, you wouldn't have admitted as much as you have today. Yeah, Matt, I don't think you are the ex-police officer. I know we're friends as well. I made you smile, but I'm sorry, man. He likes me. He'll invite me for dinner. Right?
Yeah, Tranxino.
I'm going to vote out the person that's made me feel the least comfortable. I'm going to take out Matt, number 3. Thank you very much. And with that being said, that's 4.
That's a weird way to vote, though. I don't give a shit if you make me feel uncomfortable. I think you are cringe and you are hamming it up. That's what I think.
Votes, we don't even need to.
I don't even want to tell you, man.
else's. Matt, you've been voted out. Thank you so much, Matt. Appreciate
you, Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Just bear in mind, me and Kenny didn't vote you out, so.
Yeah, I didn't vote you out.
Being honest, even though he's my boy, I feel like number 3 has to go now.
That's it right there. That's it right there. Like and I'm not even kidding. It's like you are hamming it up. Racist cops definitely know how to hide their racism, especially from Georgia. Unless we're talking about like sundown towns and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Atlanta, you're not out there, doing dumb shit like that.
I agree with all of his views, but I can't say that publicly.
It's now time for the grand finale!
You know, I can't look at Tracy. Look how confused he is. He's confused as to what.
He's like, why am I here?
He's like,
This round, you guys just got to fight, and whoever wins is the real winner.
I'm non-violent.
Oh, you're a non-violent police officer?
Yeah.
If someone is using force or seems like a threat, do you then use violence, or are you just straight pacifist?
I'll get somebody else to do it.
You know, that's how I'd be if I was police
yeah,
officer.
definitely. Yeah.
That's my guy, you know?
I think you're right. I think you're right.
That's Tracy. How often do you go to the barbers? Kenny.
Tracy.
Yes, sir.
Kenny's got a question.
How often do you go to the barbers?
You mean to get a haircut?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't go.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Why would you ask that, Kenny?
Kenny, that's
He said, "Oh, okay."
mad weird of Kenny to ask that.
How about you go to the barber?
Yeah, for real.
Oh, you don't want to see
Let's see
what's
that
up
trim.
there, mate.
If you look at the footage back, Chance asked me to say it, not me. Kenny, yeah? He's childish, man. He's very childish.
This is tough, boys.
No, well, it's not.
Can you just like draw your gun? Just imagine you're drawing out a gun. I want to see like.
But you're non-violent.
Oh
Yeah. What gun? That's a ray gun.
One more time.
Look, as a middle-aged man with a bad back, I'm offended.
Tariq, draw out your gun.
First, you would tell them, let me see your hands. You don't just straight draw, and then you draw.
Ooh. That is what it is. Oh, he had a little step when he went with it. It was crazy. Let's see the bullets are coming out of it. Let me see how it...
It fires back, so you keep steady feet.
Have you ever shot at someone?
No, I've never had to fire. You practice.
So right now we're looking at someone who's never held a gun before and a guy that's trying too hard.
Number 6 just does too much. He grabbed the gun and was like, "Hey guys, look at the way I'm doing this." Like he really wants.
I'm not changing my answer, okay? I'm not changing my answer. But I kind of want to. He's my number 2. He's staying number 2. But my confidence level is dropping.
Wanted to sell it to us, which just makes me think he's a waffler.
It's time for the final vote on who we think is the police officer. And I'm going first. I think it's number 7, Tyreek.
He was number 6. He's number 6.
Keep it pushing.
I think that shirt is fraudulent. So I'm going to go for the man with the best wink in the room. My guy, my brother.
Like he's going back and forth, like waffling, like he's not sticking to it. And he thinks he's fake.
Tracy.
Yeah!
Team match. Damn, man. I want to go for Tariq. Modern day. He's a modern day cop.
Yeah, I think it's Tyreek.
I'm with Nico. I'm gonna go Tracy.
Give him a wink, man, he deserves it. So this is crazy. It all goes down to Kenny's vote. It's 3-2. Kenny, what are you thinking?
I think I'm gonna go for the guy that fully read the Miranda rights. Tracy started, he didn't finish it. So I'm gonna go with you, Tariq.
So we think as a group that Tyreek, you are the police officer, but before you say anything, we're gonna bring everyone back and then we're gonna find out who the police officer is.
Bring them all back.
Bring them out, bring them out.
Okay.
Hey, I did that earlier.
Without further ado, guys.
He copied me.
Can the real police officer please step forward? Please, come on, just tell us we got it right. No?
Yes! Yes! No! No!
Oh my
God!
My brother,
I'm not
smiling, yeah!
Oh,
Do we celebrate? Oh, I'm not.
From the get-go, had the stance. I'm telling you, called that shit on site. They hadn't even finished the lineup, and your boy called it. They didn't even finish the lineup. I said it's him. Man, got him.
Honest, we can celebrate.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1, we celebrate?
We celebrate? Me and you?
Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Yes!
Trace, it's you.
Why did you half do the Miranda rights?
Because you know what? We read from a card.
What I tell you? I said it. Bro, it's almost like I was MP. I've never been so happy to be a pig. Damn.
For legal purposes.
Oh, wow.
We just don't memorize that because you can get called out in court.
He was throwing us off. How has he done? Oh my.
Nah, he wasn't throwing him off. He says because you usually got the card on you, so you don't got it. Like, most of them, you got to read it right off because if you get it wrong, that's it. I didn't think about that part, but that's exactly right. I remember, like, you're not supposed to try to memorize it because if you fuck up before the Supreme Court ruling, it could get you into trouble in court. So you always just read it off the card. You never had to memorize it.
God, man. Wait, so Matt, the whole time you're playing a character?
I'm warm now.
Yeah, yes. Goodness.
He's got a cute
Hey,
smile.
can I ask, do you have a clothing brand?
Yeah.
You're the GOAT. Hey, are you an Afrobeats DJ?
I like Afrobeats.
It's got you with the clothing brand. So wait, number 6. Are you an actor?
Nah, I make music.
So how did you act that well then?
I watch our videos. I know how it goes.
Do you actually watch your videos, yeah?
Hey, wait! You want to talk to Scott? What was the accent about?
Yeah.
It takes one to know one. Yeah, I mean, honestly, because even if I didn't stay a cop, he acts like old head military dudes in general. Like, you know, like everybody when they think like old military dudes, they think like Full Metal Jacket and you're all like, you know, in the cartoons it's the 40-year-old guy with a high top and always screaming at people and shit. Let me tell you the truth about this shit. The real honest to God truth is the older you get, the less you give a fuck. Like old head cops and old head military dudes, these are the guys just waiting for their retirement. It's the biggest assholes and the people you got to worry about are people at the start of their career. They're the ones like they're all super gung-ho thinking like, you know, yeah. But yeah, his whole vibe was like, no, he's a cop.
I got thrown a curveball right before this started.
Oh, so this is he's got a normal voice now.
Yeah. Wait. So you didn't catch the most wanted in America?
Yes, I did.
Oh, we got a celeb. And you're non-violent.
Now I am.
You're telling me Tracy solved one of the biggest crimes in America?
Yeah, he solved it.
The guy who generally looks like a cocoa bean.
But Matt, so are you an actor?
I'm a retired journalist and I'm now a full-time actor.
Wow, you smashed your role.
So nice. A round of applause for the production team.
What I say? Giggling and shit.
You've done well, man. A round of applause for the cast that we have in front of us right now, man.
A round of applause for the guest. Billy? Maybe you didn't hear. Round of applause for the guest, Billy.
Anyway, guys, we want to do
That one was not right. Congratulations to you, Tyreek. You have schooled us. So we're going to be sending you $1,000. And Tracy, the man who caught the most wanted man in America.
Well done for that, by the way.
Yeah. Could you give one final message to our people?
Play the trailer.
Yay! That's right. Number 4 said play the trailer. But he doesn't get to say it. I am. Play that darn trailer, man.
Clearly you guys don't understand giraffe language. So I'll tell you guys instead. Play the trailer.
London's greatest ever male candidate, Nicola Milano.
Shimon, bitch.
It was all a dream.
My name is Nelson Mandela. I come all the way from South Africa.
It's good to be back on Beta Squad.
Wait, what? I don't know what's going on here. Sorry. I was like, I needed to know what that was about. It's the end? They have a trailer for the end of the show? I was hoping it'd be like, oh, they put it on a movie? Are they doing like a movie thing? Like, that's dope. No, it wasn't. So look at that. Look at that. God is good. That's offensive. I'm sorry. To any Christians in the chat, I'm sorry. Look, here's the deal is, You all were right. Gotta get to brain. We gotta get to brain rot, and we did it 2 nights in a row. I did it. You did it with me, pause, but I did it. And so I'm proud of myself. Got through the topic, stayed on point. We got to brain rot. Tomorrow is Nerds of Culture Eve. So I might cheat a little bit. We might talk about a little bit of stuff that might be happening on Thursday. Who knows? We'll see. You're offending Christians by saying God is good. Oh no, because then you would know I'm an atheist, but then I'm saying it like not seriously, and then a Christian would be like, come on, man, that's my actual God though, and I'm like, oh, you're right, I shouldn't be saying it like that. I don't really care. No, I'm just kidding. No. So tomorrow is Nerds of Culture Eve, and thank you. Like Midnight Monarchy said, thanks to all the new people for joining us tonight. See you tomorrow when the party continues. He knows what's up. Now I respond all the time so black folks know I ain't clandestine always. And all the time, God's good. Oh shit. Let me tell y'all something. You want to know? Here, quick story. I only know black church lingo because of like movies and friends. I've been in a black church one time. And let me tell y'all something. I wasn't raised in charismatic churches, right? People yelling, and let me tell ya that the Lord is in ya, right? I wasn't raised in that. I was in basic training, right? What the Air Force calls boot camps, and I was a very strong Christian at the time. And on Sunday, I went to church. And I woke up too late to go to the standard Protestant church, right? The one with the because there was Lutherans, there was Catholic Mass, there was all this stuff, right? And I woke up too late to go to the Protestant one. That's the one with the rock band and shit like that, and the pastor wears skinny jeans, and the youth pastor's probably never mind. So it was the Southern Baptist one. So I went to the Southern Baptist one. Church is church, okay? Now, let me tell y'all something. I walked in that church. I sat down. And and my girlfriend, future ex-wife, literally, was with me. She was raised Greek Orthodox and then Lutheran. So neither one of us had been to black Southern Baptist church before. But I'm like, so? Well, they're teaching about Christ. Who cares? The style's different. The music's different. Who cares? Let me tell y'all, I sat in there and I literally was enjoying myself. I'm like, man, this is an energy. I like this. I was sitting here like this. Now, I want you to imagine me, right? Imagine me. Hold on, let me fluff out my shirt, right? This is what fat boys do when they're pretending like they're, let me tell you the secret. Fat boys love to like fix their shirt like this, and they pretend like they're just fixing it. It's just a little bit twisted up. It's just twisted up a little bit. Now, what we're doing is like, just making it like lay over so your gut doesn't show too much. But here, so I'm sitting there. I want you to imagine me about 150 pounds lighter. So I'm about like 150 pounds. Okay, I'm not 300. Hold on. Not far off. So 280, that would make me 130 pounds lighter. Okay. So I'm sitting there 130 pounds lighter than I am right now. And I promise you, right? I'm a strong Christian. I'm not racist at all. Probably homophobic a little bit, but racist was not my bag. Right. And product of being Puerto Rican, raised by New Yorkers. All right. And so I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, never been to church like this, but this is dope. It's dope. And then all of a sudden, I see a lady over here on the left, catch the spirit, going on. I'm like, God damn, scared the fuck out of me at first, but I'm like, okay. Yeah, I think I heard about this before. I've seen this on TV or something. All right. Another kid jumps up and he starts jumping up, and he starts sprinting around the church, right? And I'm sitting there like I'm like, Whew, it's wild. It's wild. You know, it's definitely different. I swear on everything. All I'm doing is watching, listening to the pastor give his message, and then watching people catch the spirit. Okay? This dude, and when I say this dude, I mean the pastor. I mean the guy at the front talking about the Christ and talking about fighting the spirits and keeping, and I'm telling you, and I'm sitting there like, let's go. He's like, and some of you are out there sitting in your seats, crossing your arms, and I'm sitting there like this. Crossing your arms, looking at everyone else, and I tell you, you sitting there, and you're not gonna bring Satan in here, because this is where the spirit lives, and this motherfucker's looking at me, and I'm like this, and I'm like, damn, he's getting to somebody. He's getting to somebody. He's talking about me. And he's like, you don't come in here and judge people. This is where the house of the Lord is. And I'm like, I think we need to leave because this motherfucker's pissing me off. And that was the last time your boy ever went to a Southern Baptist charismatic church. Ever. I went to a couple weddings in that style, but I was not going to church like that. That experience was like, I was like, this dude, I'm just sitting here, man. What the fuck? I'll probably hurt myself if I try to. I'm glad. You know why I haven't caught the spirit? I ain't catch the spirit because God knows I got a bad back anyway, you know? Times like that make me happy I grew up Catholic. Man, I'm telling you, man, even if I wasn't an atheist, I wouldn't be in a charismatic church. Cause you have to have way too much cardio to be in a charismatic church. If you in a black church, Southern church, it's too much cardio for that shit. Man, it's Lutheran to Catholic all day. That's me like doing like what do they call them? Gregorian chants, which still I don't care. That shit reminds me of scary movies. I don't care what they're talking about. Gregorian chant, there's somebody getting sacrificed somewhere. I'm just saying. Snakes, they don't all do snakes. Charismatic churches are the ones that do they do snakes, but like not all charismatic churches do snakes. It's like that's like a very specific kind of Southern Baptist. Methodist and White Baptist, so there was a lot of boring ass hymns. Yeah, that's why I couldn't be Lutheran. The middle of the road that what we call non-denominational, which I would just later turned out to be this racist ass evangelical Christians, the ones with like, you know, pastors with skinny jeans and a rock band. That was the kind of shit I went in, you know. Oh fuck, I forgot the song. I was about to sing a song. It was fuck. Oh man, I forgot. Man, they're gone. Satan got me. Don't even have the hymns in my head anymore. And there's a song out there that was like, when I get to heaven, am I gonna make you proud? Or this is weird. It's weird shit. Like I got a mom and a dad. I was singing songs like where God's my dad in the song, and it's like I don't want to make him disappointed and all this shit. I'm like, damn, y'all need to call your actual dad who's still alive and just crying to these damn songs. That chanting shit, that's the Catholic I was. They chanted, sang in Latin and shit. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. Like that shit right there, if there's ever any like shit that's like you're gonna accidentally summon some demons, it's not gonna be charismatic churches or even like the snake handling. It's gonna be them Gregorian chants. That's the motherfuckers that are out there like summoning and drawing like pentagrams on their own. They stand around in hoods and shit, and oh yeah, and then all of a sudden shit starts glowing, and then you know. I was raised Baptist, went to apostolic and evangelical churches. If you see a black pastor with Kojak shades knocking people out with the hands and stuff, what about the one, you seen the one that would knock people out with the coat? And then you do the coat and half the church falls down, which always kind of weirded me out because I'm like, okay, we know it's fake. is he paying everybody to fall down or just some people fall down? Like, is it like I'm only paying the front row and the back rows goes, God damn, I gotta fall down too because people can think I haven't caught the spirit because everybody else is real. I don't feel anything, but I gotta fall. So everybody's thinking the same thing. Cause I feel like you're not. There's no way that the return on investment is good enough to make everybody act. You know what I'm saying? Power of suggestion. Yeah, I hear you. They say that's what happened with the I was about to say the Blair Witch Trials, the Salem Witch Trials, where like the girls that were like pretending to be possessed. That was that's one of the theories is that, you know, the power of suggestion and they were just acting like that. I remember going to my childhood friend's church. Preacher shoved my head hard as fuck. I was not going down. I had to meet me in the middle. I'm imagining it. No, not doing it. Not doing it. Ow. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Satan's like, why did I pick someone with a messed up back again? See? Man, catch the spirit and start dancing around and shit. Oh, shit. I gotta sit down. Can you slide that chair over here? Satan's all mad at me. Like, bro, can I get another body to jump into? This motherfucker's broke as fuck. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that is Left Face. I'm Robo, and I appreciate you all being here and having fun. Tomorrow, sometime between 7:30 and 8:30, make sure you have notifications on. Even better, you know what I'm saying? I know nobody likes notifications. Mute the whole damn thing if you want, but just unmute the announcement server. I got a specific one now, and it's called Content Announcements. And if you just unmute that, I promise they won't come. I even took out the add everyone for YouTube videos. So, because if I put up a short or something, it's not going to ping. Okay? Maybe you catch it, maybe you don't. The only time the content announcement will ping you is when this goes live. So unmute it. I love you all. Beta. Love the flowers. Look, remember, take care of others, but also take care of yourself. We only have one life to live. That is also so proper, by the way. I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Take care. I love you.